When you turn your back to me and you cover your head, then you didn't even say goodnight. Now if you're tired and you don't wanna be bothered, baby, say the word and I'll leave you alone. Instead of laying there crying your eyes, so baby, you and me be getting along. Hey, let's straighten it out, baby, let's straighten it out, girl, let's straighten it out, baby, let's straighten it out. Let's straighten it out. Girl, my heart is yearning, hurting, turning, searching for my love. Find it disturbing, I'm working on how we can just talk it out. Yo, the loving where we have your girl, it's a sure thing. It's a gift from God, well deserving. And it's a blessing, so stop the stressing. I'm confessing, let's do the talking. Girl, my heart is yearning, hurting, turning, searching for my love. Let's straighten it out, baby. Let's straighten it out. Let's straighten it out. Baby, let's straighten it out. Because it's been turning in your sleep lately. Sitting around, putting on day long. Baby. Day by day, the violence escalates. As you blink, another sister is being raped. And robberies are high up on the rise. By child molestation, look you dead on in the eyes. Stay focused, my brethren and my sisters. Targets in your range. It's time to get up, make that move. You got to make that change. We country it hard. We the people have to take it back. Can't you see what's that one? Corrupt politicians and my flip it flop. We country it hard. We the people have to take it back. Can't you see what's that one? The politicians and my flip it flop. Hey, yeah. Ignite the fire up under them. Hey, yeah. It's all about the family and friends. Systematic racism must play strategically in the precious name of white supremacy. Religious warfare breeds a confused state of mind, misleading the people to a place of left behind. Rise up, my siblings and my offspring. Can you realize? We gonna rise up, save yourselves. There's no rescue from the skies. Spirituality is gone. We the people have to bring it back. Can't you see what's that one? Can you pass a man aside the back? Morality is gone. We the people have to bring it back. Can't you see what's that
Multimedia Saturday Show on radio 90.3, 96.7, 101.3, 93.
Yeah. Ignite the fire up under them. Yeah.
It's Ctview Multimedia Saturday Show on radio. 90.3, 96.7, 101.3, 93.
Jump off the slave ship. One off the plantation with the big Nebuchadnezzar bubbles like you with it. Them pull them pockets in a offshore bank. That away them stash it. Accountability under carpet, conspiracy under blanket.
Present time in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. 12 minutes after the hour of 10 o'clock.
From corruption, them now beat them like a dog that can yamba vomit. The other summer them jump and pulpit over collection.
He done back upon the wall. What a week. But the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Donna Klein. Tell them again.
I'm not gonna lose my faith. I'm not gonna lose my praise. There will be better days.
It's Ctview Multimedia Saturday Show on radio. 90.3, 96.7, 101.3, 93.
There's a whole lot of hating. We need more loving. I'm not gonna lose my joy. I'm not gonna lose my faith. I'm not gonna lose my praise. There will be better days. I'm not gonna lose my joy. I'm not gonna lose my faith. I'm not gonna lose my praise. There will be better days.
Count your blessings. Count your blessings. Yeah.
We need to see more giving and a better standard of living. I'm not gonna lose my joy. I'm not gonna lose my faith.
What a week. Yeah.
There will be better days. The joy of the Lord is my strength. I keep it on. There is power in my praise. That's why I'm standing strong. I won't be in peace. My mind stayed on Him. No matter what comes my way, I'm not gonna lose my praise. There will be better days. I'm not gonna lose my praise. There will be better days. Better days are promised to me. I'm gonna trust Him and believe. Better days are promised to me. I'm gonna trust Him and believe. Better days are promised to me. I'm gonna trust Him and believe. Better days are promised.
You know, depression is a comfortable place, you know. But I'm not going to lose my joy. I'm not going to lose my faith. Yeah. Because that's what the devil wants, you know. That's what the devil wants. It ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Just drop it in a bucket and say what you want.
I'm not gonna lose my praise. There will be better days. I'm not gonna lose my joy. I'm not gonna lose my faith. I'm not gonna lose my praise. There will be better days. Better days.
Tired of missing your favorite shows? Paying too much for cable? Well, say hello to Vinci Stream, the best IPTV service in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. For the month of February, when you sign up, we're giving you an entire second month free. Yes, free. Pay for your first month and enjoy the next on us. And it gets even better. If you're already a Vinci Stream customer, bring a friend and save. When they sign up using your username, you get 50% off your next bill. It's that easy. More channels, better quality, and unbeatable deals. Only with Vinci Stream. Call or WhatsApp us at 784-532-2827 to get started. Vinci Stream. Stream your world anytime anywhere.
When all is said and done, Jennifer Shiverton's Wholesale remains the one to be reckoned with. It's the place for the best in mattresses in all sizes, upholstery foam for your cushions and seats in all sizes, all types of pillows, toilet tissue, a long range of soft drinks including Futa, Buster, Orchard, canned and bottled Coca-Cola and Sprite, and Trini Fresh Orange Juice, plus the best. The very best sawfish on the market, all priced to meet your pocket. It's located opposite Greenfinger at Upper Middle Street in Kingstown and opens Mondays to Saturdays, 7:30 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. It's the place where quality matters and the price on your side. Jennifer Shiverton's Wholesale. Call 456-2814. That's 456-2814.
With 47 years in business, we at Fiji's Restaurant and Bar caters to your need. Experience the flavors at our 2 locations, Kingstown and Arnisvale. Come in today and enjoy a real taste of SVG. At Fiji's Restaurant and Bar, we specialize in Creole and authentic Vincentian dishes. Place your order today at 457-2845 Kingstown or 456-6820 Arnisville.
Welcome to Subway, where you can always have it your way. My name is Stacy. What can I make for you?
Hey, Stacy. I'll have a chicken teriyaki salad. All veggies, please. And for my daughter, Naomi, a pizza. Naomi, what would you like to have on your pizza?
Pepperoni bacon.
They've got tomatoes as well.
Pepperoni bacon.
What about some fresh onions, corn, pineapple?
Pepperoni bacon.
Naomi, you can also have olives, jalapeno, extra meat.
Nope. Pepperoni bacon.
Stacy, can I have one chicken teriyaki salad, all veggies, please, and a pizza with pepperoni and bacon?
You can have it your way.
Come into our uptown or downtown location today or order on your favorite delivery app. Subway, have it your way.
I passed by a brethren the other day. If you see he plays rat and cockroach racing, mosquito fighting one another for come knee in your ears, and the amount of woodlights I see, I had to wonder if them been in the wood with no attack and build the ark. I said, bye, call Flick.
For the eradication of pests, Flick is your answer. Before and after construction of your domestic and commercial buildings, Flick uses environmentally safe chemicals and keep washrooms fresh with the Aroma Odor Control and the FemCare Sanitary Disposal Systems. Call Flick Pest Control today at 457-1857 or click www.flickpestcontrol.com.
We would like to say that Captain Bligh XO Aged Rum is the best rum in the world. And now we can. Voted the world's best rum at the World Rum Awards 2014, Captain Bligh XO Aged Rum. World class in a glass.
Air filters, oil filters, fuel filters, disc pads and brake shoes, clutch disc, pressure plates, rotor plates, engine parts, fan belts, timing belts, oil seals, spark plugs, radiators, radiator hoses, water pumps, universal joints, suspension parts, KYB Japanese shocks for Toyota, Nissan and Suzuki, tie rods, rack ends, ball joints. You can also get accessories, cleaning supplies, polishes, titanium tint, black tint, Valvoline motor oils, Toyota and Honda motor oils, transmission fluids, Michelin wiper blades, headlights, corner lights, HID kits, HID bulbs and ballast, LED bulbs, and much, much more. Can be had at Automax Auto Parts. Automax goes the extra mile and spend the extra dollar to ensure that you get first quality Japanese auto parts. Come see the difference at our showroom opposite the basketball court in Camden Park. Call us at 458-2000 or 529-2070. Visit us on Facebook, Automax Auto Parts. Drive the extra mile to get the best first quality auto parts.
Please note that we open on Sundays from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Traffic is backed up on major highways.
Oh, I need gas. Good thing there's a Sol nearby.
Oh, good, because I really need a drink.
We know your time is precious and you have enough detours. Our convenient locations are there to serve you on your way. Enjoy the journey. Choose Sol.
Since 2012, we have provided reliable, professional dialysis services in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are now proud to offer you new solutions for your health problems. Each new solution is being delivered to you with the same high degree of care and professionalism. We also use the best technology in the delivery of our services. So, does your doctor need a precise view of what's happening inside your body? Let us perform an ultrasound for you. Ladies, if it's your breasts, then choose our mammography service. For all issues related to men and women's health at any stage in your life, our team can perform the necessary investigations to put your mind at ease and recommend solutions for your problems. If it's to see within your chest or check for broken bones and fractures, then use our state-of-the-art U-Arm X-ray service. For you aging men and women, we can now check your bone density, which will reduce any complications that may arise with overall bone health, osteoporosis, or arthritis. Health Solutions will provide answers and results in a timely, accurate manner in the most comfortable environment, while you are taken care of by well-trained and experienced staff. Please call us today at 451-2836 or 434-3170, or visit us online at healthsolutionsSVG.com. You can also follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Health Solutions, where we are providing solutions in SVG with care.
Soundblast Entertainment exclusive rentals. We have LED bars, LED chairs, LED tables, trussing, speakers, and stage available. Bring your event to life with exclusive party rentals. For more information, contact 1-784-493-1361. 1-784-493-1361.
24 minutes after 10 o'clock. Once again, impossible is for the unwilling, because until my last breath, I will give thanks unto the Lord in thought, word, and deed, no matter my circumstances, even in times of betrayal, in times of joy, in times of peace, in times of war, in times of trouble. Carlisle Douglas present, please, because with prayer comes faith. With faith comes confidence. With confidence comes action. Action with perseverance and strength. We let go and let God. Lord, help me to dwell in the awareness of your goodness and mercy each day. May I be a vessel of your love to others. Open my eyes to recognize your leading in every circumstance and teach me to follow after you in Jesus' name. Amen. Condolences goes out to the family of Miss Michelle Andrews, who's going to be laid to rest today. I requested to Doug that he send the live feed here, but I didn't get a response from him. Also, oh boy, this one cut deep. Boy. They say Jones is my family, you know. Yeah, Father Ulrich Jones, mommy side of the family, and also the biggest Jones in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Mr. Too Cool Chris. Yeah, condolences on the passing of Mrs. Jones. Boy, that one hit hard. That one, I know that one has hit hard. Get well wishes. Get well wishes. Get well wishes. Get well wishes goes out to the Reverend Jonathan Weeks, to Millicent. Doug Howard is back in the swing of things, and I think he good. I think he good. But just in case, yeah, well, get well wishes, Yeah, well, yeah. Get well wishes goes out to Zan George, to Leroy Mulrin, to Gravin Stricker, Eddie DeFreitas, Still McIntosh. All right, let's see who's celebrating birthdays today. Alrighty. Jennifer Rodney is celebrating today. Yeah, Jennifer Rodney, former Jennifer Jack, she, Ctview resident. Yeah. Jenny from Miss Jack, round the hill. Yeah. She's celebrating today. Let's see who else is celebrating. Okay, yesterday Mark Cockburn celebrated. Brian Huggins from California. Yeah, Rastaman from California. He celebrated yesterday. Mary Joyette celebrated yesterday. James Richards celebrated yesterday. James Gopal, Jimmy Gopal. Grammar school mate of mine. Jimmy Gopal. He celebrated yesterday. Happy birthday to you and yours. All right, I did love on Juliet Jones before. I did that on Doug Eat Good Morning. Yeah. People power. More people power. Let me say, people power increased last night. Yeah, as I hosted the karaoke at Smile and Chill. Yeah, hosted this. Yeah, people power. Yeah, man. Yeah. I talking Miss 96 pounds. I'm talking Winnie the Pooh. I'm talking Kevin. I'm talking Jessica. I'm talking Denzel. I'm talking Brent. I'm talking Melissa. Yes. New friends are going to dig up list. Yeah, man. And of course, Mrs. Bashi Alexander. The lady from Digital Customer Service, Amy Edwards, I met at the bank. Mr. Edwards, I met in Layu. Keith Joseph. Keith, just another look, Joseph. Yeah. Merle Andrews from New Montrose. Veronica, I met singing karaoke. Miss Curly Curls. Mrs. Hazel. Hall Girl. Betty Charlemagne and her son Ash in New Jersey. Faustina. I met at Lewis Pharmacy. Laverne, good morning. Laverne Velox, good morning. Brian Lewis, Rosie, Kurt Bailey, Ricky from Pro Auto Rentals, Huckabee, Shifton Thomas, aka the tallest man, Bongo, forget he. Nurse Westfield, good morning. Angus Evans, aka Sappy, Cleon Young Davis, Ellie Smith, Bababs, Roy Clark, Burgess, Wayne Hazel, Messina Wallace. Public figure said don't mention my name, Kirk Bailey. Melville Jack, Nadine, Winston Jambons Young, yeah. Eddie Parsons, Tanya Christopher, Irie Hanaway, Annie Christopher, Marcus Martin, Wadey Jackson. The Masterman crew at Fredericton. Fredericks, good morning to you. Yeah, including the senator. And Commission. Calico Masterman crew, boy, I was in Calico this week, and I was in Calico Wednesday. Yeah. I went to look for Inspector Gadget, but he wasn't there. Yeah. Mr. Keith Miller, Sally from Glen, Cousin Carlos, Splinters, Guy Lowe, Leon DuPont, a.k.a. Kempes, Hammers, Shari Licious, Kwame, Cipriani, Youngblood, Uncle Ian, Malicious, Millicent, Dougie, Nev, Kevon, Braden, Caden, Joselle, Elvis from Baltimore, Pinchum, Mrs. Alexis, Donna Lockdown in New York City, Fabi in New York City, Miss Vernon, Mrs. Alexander, yeah. Good morning. Huggy from the East, Brooker, Trevor, NDT Boots, The Shepherd family from Kittles. Yeah. Tell the chef. Tell the chef I'm looking for her. Tell Shepherd family I'm looking for that cook, the one that used to work at Bigger Bigs. I'm looking for her. Tell her to call me. Mr. Lewis at CNR, Katrina and Rihanna. So I say Rihanna 3 times. From CNR Enterprises. Lance and the crew at Jennifer Shepperton Wholesale. Ruthie, Ron, Roger, Beverly, Sade, Pascal, Rena. And Mrs. Steve from the New Montrose Hotel. Yeah. The Mexican Tour Grandees Drinks Depot. Mrs. Cambridge, Jamal General, and the crew. Gotta stop by. Eva Alton, Sheedy Sturdy, Ray K.E., Woody, Trevor Slimtastic, Wilfred Brown, Nathan Skillo, Maggie Slimtastic, Marty, Miss D, Mrs. D, Indy, Aisha, Taiwan, Gregory Emmanuel, Sudley Samuel, Glody, Diggity Dum, Angel Monet, Snap Soul, Ronald Williams and family, Naira, Mrs. Bush from Lee. Yeah, good morning, Mrs. Bush. Show. Your name is Douglas. Yeah, that's me. Oh yeah, boy. And I had a chance encounter. Let me from the way the person looked at me. I see. The heathen back on the wall. Yes. I ain't gonna call no name. Yeah. I ain't gonna call no name. But just the way that young lady looked at me, that most elegant, most royal lady looked at me. I'm like, she listened to the City View Saturday show. Yeah. At Ctview, we believe good ideas deserve good company. Therefore, a good company deserves good ideas because success is the potential destiny of all creative thought. We combine artistry with today's technology to go from concept to reality under the theme is when you do well, we look good. When you do well, we feel good. Yeah. You need to check out the book written on Frankie McIntosh. It's available on Amazon. Go to Amazon and type Frankie McIntosh Soca Music, and it pops up there. Tell them Carlisle says thank you. Yeah. Tell the author, professor. I can't remember his name though. But I got to straighten up that a little better. Allied Security is celebrating 45 years in business in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Allied Security, a part of Carlos Maloney and Company Limited. With that, there should be a special in one or two of the newspapers. And yes. So if you would like to wish them well, you contact. Well, you could contact me, 491-9140. Yes. Newspaper tribute, Newspaper tribute, that's it's usually done. Time check also brought to you with the kind compliments of Foster's Creations in the Leeward Bus Terminal. Foster's Creations, Foster can build your pants, build your jacket, build your blouse. He gonna alter your things, Leeward Bus Terminal, up for the young man. Foster's Creations in the Leeward Bus Terminal. Telephone number 526-9711. Tell them, of course, you heard about it right here in City View Saturday Show. Tell them Carlisle says thank you. Let's talk Smile and Chill. Well, Smile and Chill, yours truly hosted karaoke day last night, and yeah. Let me say good morning to Mr. and Mrs. Sardine. Yes, good morning, Kevin. Yeah. Let me see the rest of the names. Hold on. Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, Miss 96 Pounds. Good morning, Winnie the Pooh. Good morning, Jessica. Good morning, Denzel. Yeah. Good morning to all of you. Good morning to all of you. Good morning. Yeah. And the action continues this afternoon. This afternoon into evening. Soothe bits and bites. Smile and Chill, located in Beach Monk, next to where Dr. Uno used to have his eye clinic. For the information, the number to call is 496-7904 or 531-7831. Time check also brought to you with the kind compliments of Sue's Bits and Bites. Well, they're probably having karaoke all now. I wonder they're listening to me. Yeah. Let me say good morning to the good morning to the kitchen staff especially. Yeah. Big up the crews, big up the masters and the crew at Sue's Bits and Bites, Upper Middle Street, in the vicinity of Jennifer Cheverton Wholesale. They opposite Square D building, opposite where Catridge used to be. Yeah, man. Yeah. Check them out for full lunch. Your chicken lunch, your fish lunch, your beef, your pork, your mutton. Check them out for roti. Check them out for pizza. Check them out. Yeah. And of course, nice cold drinks. Sue's Bits and Bites. Also brought to you with kind compliments of Beach Monk Grocery with easy parking in the vicinity. Yeah, right, located right there in Beach Monk. Yeah, Beach Monk Grocery. Yes. With easy parking, Beach Monk Grocery. Time check also brought to you with the kind compliments of the beauty shop located in Middle Street opposite Third World. We do everything about here. Name it, you do it, we fix it. We're fixing up locks, interlocking locks, knotless braids, hair maintenance, healthy locks, cut, and more. Children braiding, dry curl, jerry curl, textured curl, men and women here. We cut and much more. We carry makeup and body care, body cream and hair products to maintain the inner beauty and the inner beauty. You get wigs, you get your necklaces, you get your earrings. 529-8065, bringing the inner beauty on the outside. The beauty shop located Lower Middle Street. Time check also brought to you with the kind compliments of Smart Solutions. Smart Solutions specializing in electronic repairs from phones to tablets to laptop computers and even some smart TVs. Located upstairs the Reliance Building. 527-9073 is the number to call. Tell them, of course, you heard about it right here in Ctview Saturday Show. Tell them Carlisle says thank you. Time check also brought to you with the kind compliments. Well, boy, it seems. Yeah. But we're gonna leave that to next week. We're gonna leave that to next week. Let me say good morning, my girl Junie. Good morning, Junie. How you doing? Good morning. Time check also brought to you with the kind compliments of Flick Pest Control. Remember, one flick and they're gone. Free on-site inspection in Kingstown and surround. 457-1857 is the number to call. Remember, one flick and they're gone. And even if you're not in Kingstown and surrounds, you too can benefit from the free on-site inspection. Flick terms and conditions apply, Pay up front for the inspection fee, but once you sign up for the service, it gets deducted from your final bill. 457-1857. Remember, one flick and they're gone. Commercial property for sale. 3 lots in Kingstown, 5,521 square feet with access to Lower Bay Street and Middle Street. You can purchase the one with the Middle Street access separately, or purchase the 2 on Bay Street, or purchase all 3. For further information, you're going to give me a call on that one. Like I said, the total square footage is 5,521 square feet. It's in the vicinity of Mountaintop and Jamar General. Give me a call on that one, 491-9140. Jennifer Cheverton Wholesale. Deliveries Wednesdays and Saturdays on the leeward side. Tuesdays and Thursdays on the windward side. Check out Jennifer Cheverton for your mattresses, for your foam pillows, for your Morris chairs. Check them out for Three Horses Malls. Check them out for canned Coca-Cola, for canned Sprite, 20 ounce. Yeah. Check them out for Ginseng Up. Check them out for your energy drinks, for your fruiters, for your orchard, your potatoes and onions, for your pear tracks and your solo. Jennifer Cheverton Wholesale, 4562814. Time check also brought to you with the kind compliments of Jamal General. Best prices guaranteed. Jamal General. Jamal General says, are you building or renovating? Then you should consider UPVC windows available at Jamal General Services. UPVC windows are built, tried, and tested for our tropical climate with the following strong points. 1, they won't leak. 2, they are blast resistant. They won't rust. 3, with 5mm tempered glass, they are shatter resistant. 4, they're double-sided, accessible, and easy to clean. 5, insect mesh is available on both sides. 6, all replacement parts are available locally, available at Jamal General Services, Lower Middle Street, Kingstown. 4572725 is the number to call. You should also check Jamal General for your PVC pipe and your PVC pipe accessories. Check them out also for your electrical needs. Check them out. As a matter of fact, with proof of purchase of matching quality products, we will match your price and give you a further 5% off. This is how we say best prices guaranteed. Jamal General, Lower Middle Street, Kingstown, 4572725. Time check is also brought to you with the kind compliments of CNR Enterprises. CNR Enterprises. Retail and a wholesale. Yeah. Good morning to the uncles. Good morning, uncles. Good morning, Mr. Lewis. Good morning, Rihanna. Good morning, Rihanna. Yeah. All right. CNR Enterprises. Check them out for your cereals. You know, your honey bunches of oats, your genuine cornflakes. In the big packages, in the giant size packages, stuff like you expect to get from BJ's or Sam's Club in the United States. CNR Enterprises. Check them out also for your soy milk, for your almond milk. Yeah, man. CNR Enterprises, 5329372. Yeah. Container reach, Think back in stock. So if you pass earlier, chances are they're going to have them stock by Monday or Tuesday. 5329372 is the number to call. CNR Enterprises. CNR Enterprises. Check them out also for your speaker parts and accessories, your cables for your microphone, drumsticks I seen there. Yeah. Little thing, TV antennas and whatnot. CNR Enterprises, 5329372 is the number to call. Time check also brought to you with the kind compliments of Nai's International Logistics, Shipping, Packaging, and Moving. When you can't wait on the barrel, when you need it now. Nai's International Logistics, 347-500-9142 in New York City, Boston 617-594-2283, or right here in SVG 784-455-5600. Nai's International Logistics, Shipping, Packaging, and Moving. Time check also brought to you with the kind compliments of Express Data Systems. Express Data Systems, located Lower Kingston Park, in the vicinity of the Guide's Hut, next to Miss Ferdy's shop. Check them out for the HP i5 computer with 8 gigs of RAM and a 500 gigabyte hard drive for only $895. Check them out also for specials on monitors, including gaming monitors, as big as 32 inches. Yeah, as big as 32 inches, CNR Enterprises, 456-1128 is the number to call. Check them out also for the HP DeskJet Advantage 2875 for only $395. Featuring wireless printing from your phone, from your tablet, or your computer. Your iOS device, your Android, it prints wirelessly. Yeah. Check them out also for the HP OfficeJet Pro 7740 white format all-in-one printer, scanner, fax machine, and copier in one. Tell them, of course, you heard about it right here in Ctview Saturday Show. Tell them Carl House says thank you. And of course, to advertise on Ctview Saturday Show or to advertise on Ctview Multimedia, period, the number to call is 9140. Remember, we're not necessarily limited only to ads on Nice Radio. Ctview Multimedia represents all established media houses here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. For further information, 491-9140. And like I said before, CMCL Allied Security is celebrating 45 years in business here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And, that's entrusted in yours truly, to make something of it. And one of the things that we're doing is doing a feature in the newspaper. And the newspaper will have advertising in support, congratulating Allied Security for, the 45 years of business, whether you're doing business with them or not, it's a good thing. It's a good thing, it's not every day. It's not every day. It's not every day you find. It's not every day you find your business, especially in today's climate. 45 years. All right, let me turn around. Let me say, buenos dias to brother Valentine. He says he's in Orlando today, boy. In Orlando. Yeah. How's the weather in Orlando, man, boy? Yeah.
I'm not in Orlando, my brother. I'm in New Jersey.
All right, I'm looking outside. I don't see the guys outside. Yeah. All right, there he comes. On. So I think I'm joined by Mr. Art Valentine. Good morning, Art. Good morning. How are you, sir?
Morning, Carla. Morning.
Yes. They're gonna get strapped up in a second. Yeah.
Turn it up, feel the heat. Vincy vibes, move your feet. Ooh, yeah. From sunrise to the darkest night, Ctview keeps it tight, pure delight. Carla's voice, shining bright. In St. Vincent, he's the light. Ooh yeah, Ctview rocking the beat. Carla's voice can't be beat. Turn it up, feel the heat. Vincy vibes, move your feet. Ooh yeah.
All right, we're getting situated. Give me a mic check. Give me a mic check, bigger.
Well, I'm here, everybody.
Good to know. Present time in St. Vincent Grenadines is 11 minutes. 11 minutes on to 11 o'clock. Yeah. It's bigger turn to burn. And here is team music. Yeah. Call the fire truck. Make sure it has water.
Just like Capleton and Fireman Hooper, this year the manage coming with fire. I coming to burn out the things and people that for years been giving the country trouble. For too long they've been getting away with murder. So I come to burn them out with me fire. I go burn them out. I go burn them out. Oppressors, exploiters, injustice, hate and malice. I go burn them out. Burn them out. His behavior is so despicable. Like drug pushers, murderers, and child molesters. Well, for them the fire could be much hotter. With these guys, I will be showing no mercy, no compromise. I'm burning them out absolutely. Yes, I go burn them out. I go burn them out. Drugs and addicts and all rapists, crime and gangsters, violent perpetrators. I go burn them.
Till now, the Western nations have tried portraying him as a dictator. Have you heard how the president of Burkina Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, embarrassed France and the West? Well, until now, the Western nations have tried portraying him as a dictator who brought a coup for power and wealth. But listen to this very carefully. Captain Ibrahim Traoré is someone who came into power to make his country great and powerful, getting rid of France, who kept exploiting the country since the so-called independence. Shocking everyone, Captain Ibrahim Traoré proved he did not come for money, and he refused the $76,000 salary he could get as the president. This salary might seem comparatively small, but the average income in Burkina Faso is $73 per month, so $76,000 is a lot. However, Ibrahim Traoré said he would just accept his basic salary as a captain, which is only $583 per month. But why would he do that? In this video, let's know about Ibrahim Traoré setting precedents and transforming Burkina Faso, something nobody is talking about. Let's get started. It is almost unheard of for a president to voluntarily reject a hefty salary and choose to earn the same pay as a low-ranking officer. But this is exactly what Ibrahim Traoré, Burkina Faso's revolutionary leader, has done. Instead of accepting a $76,000 annual presidential salary, he has kept his modest captain's pay, proving that he never took power for wealth or personal gain. In a continent where politicians exploit their positions for financial enrichment, Traoré's decision stands as a bold statement. Unlike African leaders who increase their salaries, live in palaces, and secure their family's wealth for generations, Traoré has done the opposite. He cut the salaries of ministers and high-ranking government officials, forcing them to share in the struggles of the people they claim to serve. But what's even more remarkable is where that saved money is going. Not into secret bank accounts in Switzerland, not into luxury villas in France, but into building schools, mechanizing agriculture, constructing textile factories, processing local tomatoes, refining gold, and creating jobs. This is the mark of a leader who came to serve, not to rule. Burkina Faso has seen many leaders before, but none quite like Ibrahim Traoré. Many African presidents, once in power, distance themselves from the very people they once promised to help. They surround themselves with luxury, security convoys, and expensive suits, only appearing on television a few times a year to read scripted speeches. But Traoré is different. He walks among his people, listens to them directly, and even apologizes when things go wrong. Think about that. When was the last time you saw an African president personally apologizing to citizens?
You see the last part? You see there is a get to cut it here, Carly. You see the part the way they said that he even apologized when things go wrong? Right there, Carly, is where I want to start the discussion. Carly, I have been following this general at Burkina Faso and trying to see how much I can get in to his head. When I say into his head, to try to see how much I could study him then. Carly, let me let Paul know. This is a Negro, a black guy from Africa, a part of Africa, who has come to as some people say office. And he get there with one intention, is to help the people of Burkina Faso. And Carly, I'm wishing that we can have when we can get, because I personally believe, Carly, that Dr. Friday and his team has similar quality to that president. When you could reach to a place of humility to say, I'm sorry, Carly, when you're wrong, it's a very good thing, Carly. Trust me, Carly, to say you're sorry when you feel to yourself that you're bigger than somebody else, it's a great accomplishment, Carly. Because to say I'm sorry is not an easy thing to do. If you're really and truly sorry, it's not something easy to do. So for me, that is a great accomplishment of that guy. And it's right there.
Something that is very scarce in St. Vincent.
Exactly.
Hardly anybody say
Exactly. Exactly, Carly. Because what's happening right now, Carly, and the ground in St. Vincent right now with that judgment.
Let me say once again, I am sorry with regards to not availing the time to interview Michelle Andrews.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as a matter of fact, when we first talked about it, Doug told me he had her number,
mm-hmm.
and I said, Doug, I have to get her number from you because because one of the things that was really irritating is that she was having trouble getting her benefits from the police police association or whatever like that, and I thought that was that was murderous. And but for one thing or another, I kept postponing it, and now we could no longer do it. She being married today.
The reason why you don't go to procrastinate, Carla, it has something to do. You go right ahead and do it. I try my best to avoid procrastinating, because
but sometimes like I'm even tempted. The program started at 3 hours. I don't know if you were wrong at the time, but the program used to be from 10 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I asked Dougie to increase it from 10 to 2, because of the content, but now it almost like, because Randy originally used to do from 7 to 1. That's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 6 hours. So I don't know, we might have to bump up to 5, but that going to take, going to take some.
Right. That is between you and Dougie. But before I even go further into the program,
no, but I said that to let you know that sometimes decisions to do something or not do something is based on time.
Okay. Okay. Timing. Okay.
Yeah,
okay. So let me just use the opportunity one time to say good day to the listeners of Nice Radio, and to those persons who come out every morning, every Saturday morning, looking to hear this part of this program. And I am delighted to be here, and I want to give Almighty Creator, the Almighty Supreme Creator, all thanks, along with my ancestors, and to say good morning and thanks to yourself, Carly, and to Dougie. I cannot forget Dougie. Dougie, thank you so much. We go way back, years. Vincent, you might not realize how far back we go, Dougie. And let me use the opportunity to one time to hail up Odd, who said that is out there. Good day to you.
Yeah, Odd is right. Odd should be like.
Yeah. Good day to you, Odd. Now, Carla, you see the difference. This president came to office, and he didn't try to buy a Mercedes Benz as he could have, as he could, because he is a country that has gold. It has other minerals that they make, that they could use and generate and make the living. So for me, in not a country who is struggling with natural resources, is a country that have a lot to make money from. But he didn't try to buy a white Mercedes Benz, and then after them buy the white Mercedes Benz, you step it up to a SUV, and then you go up to from 1 SUV to 2 SUV and to 3 SUV, 4 SUV, 5 SUV inside, 6 7 SUV in your armory. Carl, Vincent, let me have a conversation this morning, please. We are a small nation. We have limited resources. We have some. For me, the biggest one the one I could really say that we really have in abundance is aggregate. And blessings for us to be blessed with the volcano. Now, Carl, we other people in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, somehow for years we have been kept in an area, in a mindset where only certain persons should have money and we look up to them as some kind of kings and lords above us. And it continued, it has stopped under a Sir James. When Sir James went out and say he going to and decide he's going to acquire some estates and make them available to ordinary Vincentian, local Vincentian. He did it with any great fanfare. Vincentian begin to know to begin to make their own money, Carla. And Carla, this is where this whole thing is about. It's about wealth. Carla, who out there and do not want to see having $1 that you can do things for yourself, something have to wrong with you all, have to wrong with us. But I thank Carla that I was never brought up that way. I brought up under a parentage where my father, who had some level of independence from our grandfather, James Samuel, you know what I mean? And we were able to have a fairly comfortable life through the hard work from a grandfather who came out of slavery, came from among slaves, and was able to make it out to the top. So for me, I do not believe that we other people should let anyone continue to ride us. Now, they say now is this around this time is Valentine and about love. Vincentian, I remember in 2020, 1999, 1998, and so going forward, that we heard how wicked Ralph Sir James, and this is one of the reasons I say I cannot stop championing Sir James, because what Ralph is trying to do is to try to keep Vincentian away, keep we who are in the NDP away from our base, and to be afraid to call Sir James' name, not me. Sorry, Ralph, you're not going to get that chance with me. I know what Sir James was and who he was and what he did in this country for the development of people. I'm not going to hate him as any great and whatever person want to call him, but he was a good man. He was a good man. He had his fault. I want to say that he was greater than a man without fault. He had his faults, but he did his best. But always for the development of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And persons went out and did everything possible to make St. Vincent ungovernable and to try to get Sir James out of office. Now, Carly, what happened since? We see they fought and they brought in Ralph as a savior to St. Vincent. Now, I used to hear people used to say you cannot fire civil servant. Civil servant cannot be fired. But Ralph has proven that saying wrong. Because when 500 and something persons was kicked out on the breadline, they were for me, they were fired. In a technical way. And because he knows the law, I understand how the law works. You hear what I say, law. But for me, the real law is the Constitution. He was able to maneuver and put over 500 and something persons on the breadline. Right now, that is the big battle in St. Vincent we have going on right now. I tell you, Carla, if that thing hurt me, I would not be talking the truth. Because it's not easy, Carla. I have been going through this now for 14 years. And for those persons who send the birthday wishes, no, the 11th was my birthday. It was the day.
They were in the SNRNO.
For the SRNO, exactly. So that's the reason why I keep on remembering it. My birthday is in October. I'm an October born. Proud October born. Okay? Now, Carla, I tell you, I'm been living it for 14 years and I know the pain. But I was able to stay focused on the Almighty Supreme Creator, and He put good people in my life, good persons who can assist, and I was able to do a couple of things on my own to survive. But what about these people, Carla, who don't know nothing about nothing else how to make a dollar but from the job? You think it easy, people, Vincent John? Let me have a conversation this morning. You think it easy?
I can tell you now, I tell you, since I started doing those songs, it's like a shield. That did not surprise me at all. I remember speeches being made. You can go to all court that you want, but you have to come back to Papa. I remember some people referring to judges and saying, well, judges have to socialize. Meaning these people can be influenced. You know, like I tell you, you know, it's strange, but there's an empowerment. There's an empowerment, and you know, I really didn't mean to disturb you. And beyond that, I covered the funeral of the former Deputy Governor General on behalf of the intention. Was supposed to stream on Ctview, but I had some problems. And when they spoke about the life and times of Pastor Noel Clark, I was impressed. And you know, he was also, you know, pretty much the father of the now representative. Say Pastor Clark started a clinic. He started a tech voc center teaching persons, you know, carpentry, masonry, electrical. And, you know, half of these things was said by the area representative. But I'm looking at him and like, how come he didn't influence you? And understanding his circle of influence don't necessarily permit that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Carl, nobody cannot tell me that they associate with Ralph and be anything and come out to be anything decent. No,
I don't know.
I'm telling you.
Of everything I saw, this would have been like the second time I'm seeing him in person since, you know, I've been in Layu since 2018. And the first time they had a town hall meeting at the Layu government school, and he came and said they were going to spend millions of dollars building a bridge and booking parking facilities, and Layu is going to be this and Layu going to be that. So far, what I seen them do, they painted the bridge. They painted the wall, and they started doing something with the river there. And but it's 4 years. It's 4 years, and you know, Layu was big in the news the other day with regards to crime, not only crimes in Layu, but persons in Layu getting busted for crimes. You know, you read in the newspaper that, you know, that this crime happened and such, including the breaking of the Friendly Society. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
Layu residents every time you turn around. And, you know, one of the things that he wrote about in the newspaper was my sentiments exactly when I got voted president of the Beckett Benefit Organization. I said, I'm concerned about the free time that our young men having. I said, if you go to the bus stop in the morning between 7 and 8, you'll see a lot of females and a lot of adults going to work. The rest of the day, the young men are just thing. And he wrote about that as well.
Carl.
And nothing has been done about it.
Carl, these people have a certain level of education. And they could, and for me, they can write anything that they want to write. But for me, it's for we other people to decide if we can really trust and go with what these people are writing, because they are just basically expressing their thoughts. So for me, so Vincent Chan went out and they get rid of the NDP out of office. All well, will be good. But and put and turn over a duly elected government at the day of the day to put Ralph in power. Now what is happening now? We're hearing how much money and undisclosed friendly countries that give money for the poisonous thing in the arm. I know that wherever you are in England, I know you don't let me hear it, but you know what I say, I call it already. I say how I stop, I call it a spade a spade. It's for me, it's the poisonous thing in the arm. But we know that before that, we heard all kind of saying, oh, do this and do that. And don't come shake me hand with the gloves and all that kind of story. But from the time Hell's Gate came in the region, yes, I say Hell's Gate people. There's that we have a wonderful waterfall right above us in Rabak up there. Above our lands up there near the Hell's Gate. I don't know much you know about Hell's Gate Falls. From the time Hell's Gate came to St. Vincent and meet with Ralph for them, it was a whole different story. And now we are hearing now, and I am saying, Walbank, trust me, I'm so proud of you. I don't know, I never met you, I don't know who you are, but I'm so proud of you. And for me, Carl, we all heard, we don't have to go over the judgment because we all know what was the judgment, but we are in my book, there's a stalemate because the issue has gone before 4 judges, 2 came back in favor of the public of the service of the unions and the members. The other came back in terms of Ralph. And if I have to find a way to even, and I'm hoping that the union leaders call on Vincent Chan for help, if it needs be, I will try to see whatever little I can give. Because if it's one matter that needs to go before the Privy Council, is this one here. And the reason why I see Carla in 2009, and 2010, when Sir James was fighting along with the NDP and people like Anis and the others to make sure that we keep our constitution intact and to keep away from the CCJ. Now we have very good reason now that we should keep as far as we can from the CCJ. Because Sir James, as he said, he used to be making laws for help that to affect our life in this country. Sir James was never a person who was loose in his actions. He tried to make laws that would benefit, could bring benefit to us other people. But he had also reach all the way. After he got to the region, had to reach all the way after 9 judges turned him down. He had also reach all the way to the Privy Council to get justice. That's the reason why I would say nobody should ever think to move St. Vincent from the Privy Council. I know call me all kind of colonialist, I don't mind. Colonial minded, I don't mind. But for me, I never know when Ralph, because he will leave for one day of the show, Ralph is going to leave for. And before I go on to say what I'm going to say about Sir James, and we'll be staying with the CCJ, let me jump to say this. I heard people calling and say, Bigger, we shouldn't think about going to CCJ. They shouldn't think about going to CCJ and vote out Ralph, and let me vote out Ralph. Yes, that is the key for we to vote Ralph. But you could walk and chew gum at the same time. We could still go to the CCJ and still vote out Ralph. For me, That is not hard to do. Let the matter go to the CCJ and let the vote out. Here why? For me, that ruling at its stand at this time, for me, it is too dangerous. It's a dangerous thing because I personally, like how Ralph would like to know how he has to rule. I don't know if Ralph is not gonna be there to see another pandemic. It's as simple and straight as that. Another pandemic coming will be under different government. But for me, the reason I would like it to go, Carl, if I don't even live, my children, I have children who I love dearly and who I basically see myself living for right now. Because for me, I'm not even studying me. I'm studying for them. One of these days, I never know when another like mine, like Ralph, might come up in this country here. You know what I mean? And might come up in this country here and be as devious as this man we have here. And this is how people say, "Oh, big guy is political," but never call out who Ralph for them. Who is Ralph for them? They are devious, and I do not. So I want to protect my children. So I will like us to get clarity, like how he want clarity. We want clarity too on this issue here, because for me, it is infringing too much on our constitutional right in this country. And for me, I'm very, very worried and scared about that because I never know when you give people an inch, they might take a whole mile. I never know when he will want to take the mile with us. I am scared. I am scared, people. So for me, this matter need to go further. And that's the reason why I will never support the movement to the CCJ. We could get a million Vincentian on it. For me, those Vincent, what we have is a club. It's a legal club we have at the CCJ. And I'm worried about that. Because for me, that ruling as he went on there, that alone tell me something. Because here you got a judge. You got 3 judges on a panel. And that's the reason I believe now when I understand why the decision takes so long to come. No. It's a long time they had this hang jury, this hang decision. No. One first instance say, no, it was wrong what was done to the civil servants and the teachers or whatever. They go to the appeal, and one again out of the 3 say, no, it was wrong. But 2 go through. But because of how the decision is at this time to be made, it come like 2 overpower the 1. But if you go according to how you go, it's a 2-2 decision right now. So Vincent Jan, we cannot continue today and lose our rights piece by piece under a government like this one here. So who want to continue to go down the road? And I tell you, people's talking about this morning I got a call from one of my cousins. See that demonstration can't not gonna move Ralph. Demonstration not gonna move Ralph. Ralph Adam is a total because he moved Sir James. Well, Sir James and use an arm in the process. He's not gonna move. Those guys who are able to move with demonstration is because they had a heart and a compassion for people. This individual is not gonna have compassion for people. So who want to hear you talk about healing? I don't know if this man know anything about healing. It has been too devious towards. I have seen enough of this guy operating to even want to believe. If I go outside and I see and I hear you come and say, man, the sky is blue, I will step there and watch me. I call the sky the blue. If he tell me the sky is blue, I'll have to call somebody else for a second opinion. That's how we stop. Listen to this man right now, Carl. I cannot believe nothing at all this man got to say when it comes to for my well-being. So with that, I am prepared to help. And Vincent, we should all come out and help the unions get this thing. And I hear they say they're going there with it, good. But if they have any difficulties in terms of raising funds, let us all come out and do something for them, because this cannot stay like this, because we never know when another another man with such a mindset would come on his stream to want to do what has been done to us. And I said, will stop. I will, yes, and I will continue to be forceful when it comes to me talking about Ralph. Trust me, I can't be different right now. Who would have known that Hell's Gate whosoever would have made money available to this man? Anyone that you ever hear he come out and tell us other people that he get money? So basically, he don't sell us out. So and that is the money that World Bank know about. But what about those that maybe that he never know about? That was never recorded. Vincent, we are living in a serious time in this country.
I don't know if you heard about this as well, but I spoke to a mutual friend of ours who says that the way they carve in the mountains in North Leeward, it looks like they're making like a gated area. A gated area for that particular part of what they're doing construction. They're using the mountains, cutting down the mountains, for it's only one way on and
one way in, one way out.
One way in, one way out, and it seems the making of a gated community. That too don't surprise me. Now I can tell you something, boy. At the funeral, I tell you, it was pouring rain. It was pouring rain, and like I said, I was supposed to carry the thing live for IKTV, and the rain don't affect me. Let me just put that up there. I can get wet from now until tomorrow. I am not going to catch a cold like normal people would. So it was not bothering me. Plus, being my father's only son, I understand the commitment when you want to document that even if it's not valued now, it's going to have serious value later on. I'm trying to remember the name of the song, but everybody was up, hands in the air, singing and dancing, singing the song word for word. And I looked on stage. I looked at somebody that was looking at me that did not necessarily know the words, but was trying to fit in. I zoomed in and, boy, another thing too, I fell down and lost my glasses. My glasses, the other one, the black one, the lens popped out. And we say thanks to somebody actually saw me fall down on the way up and gave me a ride to the funeral. Let me say thanks to them. And so I couldn't really see properly, plus it was pouring rain. But I'm sure the evidence is in the video. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, but I'm sure the evidence is in the video. When I looked at that, and you look at the entire Christian community, it's a lot of decent people. Some people, somebody looks out of place. I don't know. When I was a little boy, I used to be able to watch Sesame Street. Sesame Street would have a part of the program, that teach you the difference as to, what you think you might be seeing. It says, one of these things are not like the other. One of these things are not the same. Time to play our game. Yeah. Right there. One of these things, one of these persons are not like the others. He then back is against the wall. Now, let me tell you something. That influence is so strong that I had family there who would refuse to interact with me because they know my political thing. If we in private, it's okay. I can get a shake hand, I can get a hug. But they see me coming and they turn around.
But that is what happened throughout.
You see, but you see, and that is based on one person. I want persons to recognize And one of these things are not like the other. One of these things are not the same.
But Carly, but this is where we get in trick with the Christian community again. We forgetting. We don't forget when you hear somebody is a Christian that they are a man or a woman like me and you, Carly, that has sharp
in a lot of ways.
That is what is tricking a lot of us in this.
In a lot of ways,
you know,
in a lot of ways, it seems like the Christian community is getting tricked. The Christian community is being misled and don't even realize it.
Because they are all alike.
Yeah.
They all alike.
You remember I brought it up.
They are all alike.
I brought it up that one I heard a Christian pastor say one time on radio that, you know, tackling an issue like that is committing social suicide. I'm like, what do you think your role is?
Carly, why you think I do not say God and God and God anymore? Because for me, the way how these people who call themselves Christian going around using this God and God thing is like running some water on the road. The supreme creator for me. That's where they can go and call the creator, this almighty supreme creator. For me, it is something that needs reverence.
You know, and
it's not something to be proud like that.
All right, we got somebody on the local line, and we got Art Valentine and Dr. Leacock. They're also, I don't know if they're hearing me. Give me an audio check, gentlemen. All right, maybe not.
I'm here, Carla. I'm here.
Yeah, Art. Yes, somebody's on the local line. Yeah,
I could hear you too.
All right. Good afternoon. Good morning. You're live on Night Radio.
Yes. Good morning.
Hey. Good morning.
Yes. Well, let me say good morning to all the people on the panel and welcome back, Ard. Avoid a couple of weeks, couple of months, maybe. Anyway, I could also identify with what you just spoke in that I was at a funeral one time giving out the little leaflets to the programs and so on. And it had people who refused to take leaflets from me. And then when they got to the seat, send somebody else back to ask for leaflets.
You ain't seen nothing yet. I remember another sweet part. There was a man in a black suit with a red shirt that was handing out bottled water. Bigger, there were two persons sitting to my left, including a man who blurted out, "Let me say good morning to you because I didn't know you listened to the program." He say, "Oh, they wait." First he say, "Wait until Saturday, you're gonna hear lies." Me ain't pay him no radio. Me ain't pay him no mic. And then he say, "Wait until Saturday on radio, you're gonna hear lies." I turned around and watch him, and he watched the other way. But when the water came to give out, there was him and another lady sitting to my left. The man gave the water to those people, walked right around me, right past me, and went to the other lady up there. I said, "Boy, it's a good thing I ain't really want water."
So what the Carla is saying, I don't know, and I'm not trying to cut you from what you're saying, Carla, but what you're saying is bringing out what I am saying, because I tell you, I have observed enough for these years to realize what is happening in this country, especially since we are getting to power.
I think the Christian
I was just coming to that bigger. Before 2001, we never used to have that here.
No!
We never used to have that here.
This division was never there.
And you know, I was SVG has been run by political demonic, well, whatever else you wanna call it. Since they just give them an inch, as they say now. And right now, as the whole, these political demons have the whole country in their hands. You could say.
But the bigger question is,
have to fight and get out from whatever we have us under. They have us under. We have to fight and get away from it, man. Serious.
Gentlemen, the bigger question is, why is Rav asking these civil servants that he loves so much to reapply for the positions? Why doesn't he just reinstate them?
Control. I am in charge, and I said that you was to go and take the poisonous thing in. I'm sorry to you, Dr. Leacock. Take the poisonous thing in the arm. You need to go, you pay the penalty. That is all it is. It's all about control and power.
No, big. It's not about control and power. It's about deception. Because if they want to
That just seems like to you, you can't prove it deception.
Wait. If they
like
had
that
to
to you.
reapply, Carly, if they had to reapply, it means that they have accepted that they were fired, and therefore all of their benefits resulting when they were fired are not now going to be attributed to them. So when you are reapplying now, you are saying, okay, I need this job here. If they were reinstated, it means that they go back to square one with all of their benefits that they had before, because that's what reinstatement means. But reapplication means that, I have been removed from this job and I'm now asking for this job back again.
And
That's what
we can't forget this word aspirational to it. You know what I mean? All this, that word have to come into the mix one time too. Going forward with this, yeah.
Good point.
Aspirational. And that is there's where I am so scared and afraid for these teachers and the civil servants. I personally afraid for them based on those kind of utterance that I would have heard and see acted out in this country already. Yeah? Trust me.
Bigger.
My final point, gentlemen. This word what they call expeditiously. Practically, they have changed the meaning of it. These CCG people and whoever else have changed the meaning of it. So now, I mean, we're back to square one in the Caribbean about this education revolution and these things. To me, those things don't make any sense.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you very much.
What about the word? How a person abandoned the job? What abandonment to has also been changed also to my brother. Carl, Carl, I am so delighted that I was on this program as usual with you, Carly, and I'm telling you, my brother and friends, and the heavy hitters are going to come next. I'm telling you all, we are in a very, very, very bad place in this country, and I'm telling you, just like how people was able to get rid of the
it's Mr. Truth.
Well, I listen out there.
Okay. No problem. To get rid of the NDP, people went out with speed to get rid of the NDP. That was, for me, that was totally unjust to the NDP. We need to go out with the same vigor and vengeance and get rid of Ralph. People are St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We must go out and vote Ralph out of office. Our power, because he's not in office, he's in power. And the NDP team, you are continue to do a good and hard work. The NDP is a great party, and I'm happy to be a part of it. Thanks to you, Sir James. I will continue to fight to clear your name, because we must carry the banner of your name that you would have created for us as the people in this new Democratic Party. I'm not afraid to call your name anyway, because he was a good man. Not the best man. You could say because he had fault. We all have faults, but he was good. Have a wonderful morning.
And you see, that's the same thing I'm saying about Pastor Clark. You know, he was a good man that did a lot of good things, but sometimes your circle of influence.
Circle of influence.
Yes. Sometimes your circle. I remember my first interaction with with him. I was doing the marketing for Dollars and Cents. Dollars and Cents was the dollar store that was in Middle Street. And I introduced him as Pastor Clark from the Layu Baptist Church. And he corrected me, it's not the Baptist Church. But then I mentioned to him, I said, listen, sometimes the members of your church look at me, it's con, because they pass me when they're going to church, and depends on how I'm dressed. They would say good morning or not good morning. It seemed like, people going to church thinking that they're going to a social club and they're better than people. I said, this is especially evident if I'm on the porch smoking a cigarette. But we got somebody in the line. Good morning, you're live on Nice Radio. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Brother Carlisle.
Hey, I rather come to you later now.
My gentleman friend.
I rather come to you later.
Good morning.
Study, I rather come to you later.
Good morning, Study. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Let me bring this thing. That technical school was Pastor Clark, the great man.
What's going to happen then?
The government of Canada.
It's done 2 o'clock.
And the
Oh,
government
when you're
and the
live on
Grenadines
radio now.
and the hobby young. That school was big. I was the man who cut the river was open. The other project that the three people do is a cranking bookman. Pass the clock and the shot, the government of Canada and the government of St. Vincent and Grenadines under the NDP, hobby young.
Okay.
And they got some other project that done. Remember they put a washroom up into the road. Pass the clock had a hand in that. The government of Canada and the government of the NDP and the hobby young. And many other. That technical school is turned out a lot of
Study.
hello.
Let me say this, but you notice when he was doing all of these things and he was able to accomplish all of these things, who was in government at that time?
NDP.
Thank you very much. And no one tried to stop him from achieving his goal, right?
NDP.
Exactly. That's the reason why I said stop it out, because I want to bring that out to let you know that he was allowed to take it to the extent, because he is a guy no well enough. Remember, his wife is from Mespo. I'm a Mespo man, born and grow and never live nowhere but in Mespo. I remember the days.
I should interview you.
I remember the days when Clark used to come down out of Montreal boxing plant with a Bedford truck full of bananas. He used to drive a big truck driving bananas from Montreal. So I could say all these things I know he come from. But the part I want to say, Strody, is that the NDP and the Sir James never blocked him like our Ralph is blocking Vincent from accomplishing. Make a point now. Make a point, my brother. Make a point now.
Pastor, never come over here because pass by we great friends of our family. My son, Leon Wickham. He's the man who put Leon Wickham, my son, over the church down Spring Village. My son, Leon Wickham, a great member of the church. So, Pastor, good afternoon, good morning, Sister Clark. Condolences to you and the rest of the family.
Yeah, Story. I tell you with the interview.
Is this Wickham married to Barnwell, who is Story's son?
So, Pastor Clark, go allowed to see. Let you.
Hello?
And let me
yes, Story speaking. Hold on.
Come from out of Kingston. So Leeward used to attend the school over there. Every one of them was in full uniform. They had their own sport club, netball, football, you name it, cricket, all kind of sport. The government of St. Vincent and the Gwen pay for the people them who was teaching the economic. The government of St. Vincent was paying for that under some Mr. James, you know.
Okay.
You to pay
Circle of influence again, Carly. The word circle of influence. Circle of influence.
And that they're like about 2 teachers used to teach economic, you know. We still over there paid by the government, you know.
Strody,
and the NDP, you know.
That's the reason why, Strody, I cannot stop sing the praises of NDP and the Sir James and the in Eustace and now and Gathering Friday. I cannot. Because for me, this party led by these
let me
people.
say one more thing.
Do you think you can Strody say about that?
Let me tell you something. The school they done build. But you know why it couldn't open?
Tell me.
The government wasn't intent. This government wasn't intent to pay the teachers and them. We was the economic and the planning subject in the school.
Okay.
I could tell you that because that was said to me, but high up in the church.
Oh, so that's the reason the school delayed to open.
Yes.
Tell them, Strody. Tell them. But under the NDP, he was able to build it freely and get all the help he wanted was to get. But when it comes to opening the school now, under this administration led by Ralph, was a different story. Can I suck up influence me, brother?
I buy a stool, make out a stool, make out I had it in my home by from one of the
students.
The student that built a stool, make out of iron, tall, you're high and nice. All kind of different things they used to building.
If Vincent
but
and
the school was finished long time.
Strody, if Vincent and listen to us, the older ones them, and follow along and know what we are and try to understand what we are saying, they will realize to themselves that Ralph and his party is no good for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Simple and straight as that. No good.
When they build the clinic down Bukumen, the government of NDP is the one who used to pay the people then. They used to pay a part to help build up because Bukumen did not. You have to have come over there and thing to get your teeth pull out. You have doctors and nurses from overseas used to be down there every day. You could have go down there and they send you. That was Pastor Clark Hunt, the NDP and Mr. James and Hobby Young and the government of Canada. The school they don't know. I don't know what condition they don't know. Since they build this new thing. The clinic don't they know. I don't know what kind of condition.
You're talking about inclusive. That is what the NDP was. An inclusive government, not a divided government. Inclusive. Have a wonderful day, my brother Strody. Have a
big on overtime, Strody.
Yes.
So when I'm at this place,
yes.
They left for the greatest part of them because they ain't know nothing.
Okay, thank you. Because
I
appreciate the history.
I don't have nothing in my head.
I appreciate the history.
I'm 90 years after the hair now.
Okay, wonderful.
But let me tell them, they got in my head. But the history of St. Vincent is really quite no.
But the memory is spot on, my brother.
I sit in the High Court to tell not jury,
Wonderful.
And fight for poor people inside there,
Okay. So, Carl, you hear that, Carl?
Yeah, so let me tell them something.
The NDP was always an inclusive government.
Strody, me you go to the
You could have rich, you could have poor.
I have to roll now anyhow.
Strody, I gonna come and sit down and talk with you.
Take care.
But Carl, I've been promising to say that do that for ages.
I've
To
done
sit down and have a proper interview with them.
Yeah.
Okay, my brother. Wonderful. Okay. Have a great weekend. My brother.
Good afternoon.
All right.
Good afternoon. I was trying to make the connection between you and Mr. Wickham and whether that's Mr. Wickham who was married to Miss Barnwell. Is it?
No, he's
Leon
gone.
Wickham? All right, he's gone. All right.
He's gone. Yeah.
All the best, my brother.
All right, thank you, my brother.
Take care. I'll be listening. Take care. If I feel to call in, I'll call in. All the best.
Big up. Why is it that you're always apologizing for what you're saying about the poison struck in the arm?
No, I apologize to you because I don't like to hear me say, because I don't like to hear me call it poison thing in the arm, but that wasn't
because it's misleading. But if that's how you want to say it, that's how you want to say it. I can't make a difference to that.
Okay, but it's out of respect for you. You know what I mean? As a doctor, you know
what
I mean?
Right. Okay, fine.
I'm not apologizing. All I'm just saying it's a poison thing in the arm. Have a wonderful day, my brother. Love you all.
All right, bye-bye.
Love you all too much. Bye-bye.
Hello.
All right, we got greetings from Doug. It says greetings from the halls of the funeral home, going home service to the late Michelle Andrews, former police officer and victim of sexual assault, accused by the man who claims every square inch of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Good morning, Doug. As soon as you're ready to go live, Let me send Doug the link. Let me send Doug the link, and also I'll send it to Mr. MacArthur Young too. He was trying to come in a second ago. Yeah, alrighty.
Yeah.
Ah,
Okay. It's just going on from what Bigger Bigs was saying, Carla. So last week I got knocked off, and somebody had asked a question about preparation for that judgment. And my answer that was coming back to saying to people is that to take nothing for granted. Because take nothing for granted, and don't feel that the judgment will go in your favor because we're dealing with legal things and legal arguments, and to try and bring up the whole thing about when you have this tripartite thing, two might go against one, etc. And lo and behold, it turned out, not to be in favor of the teachers. And the other thing was Mr. Oswald Robinson saying about invoking God, etc. and so forth, and that and what and so forth. And think he took the wrong approach. And if you want to hand the issue over and say, well, we leave it to the hands of God for the decision, that's fine. But it was like it's a foregone deal, The law doesn't make a positive outcome to this thing. So I think we have to be very mindful, very skeptical, when we approach things in that way and so forth.
all right.
Something that some
A little
yeah.
interjection. Doug is in the church as we speak, and
Mhm.
he said he don't want to go live because that would disturb the service. But hopefully we can get him to link up live and give us an update. Give us an update where that is concerned. And once again, let me humbly apologize for not taking
Is
more.
Macklin going to be ready to deal about?
No, he said that he too would call, and he sent a message saying that
All right, I see.
he would call in today if it's because
But
he can't necessarily
yeah.
make it. All right, somebody's on nice radio. Good afternoon, your life.
Hello?
Hey. I sent you the
Oh,
link, but I guess it
no.
didn't work. Yeah.
Actually, good morning to all of the brethren. Good morning to the listeners. Carl, I apologize because I'm on the road right now, so that's why
Oh,
I'm
okay,
just gonna
okay.
be in briefly.
All right.
Um, but I think we should lean in a little bit to what Orr was saying. The difference between the reinstatement and rehiring. I think the prime minister is playing a political game, a social political game, because he's trying to shift the burden of culpability onto the dismissed workers rather than accepting the culpability himself.
All right.
If he,
Mac.
mm, mm,
I don't mean to stop you, but
mm,
remember the audience. You're not necessarily just speaking to me. You're not necessarily speaking to Dr. Lee
okay.
Clark. You must
Watch the word.
be
Watch the word.
mindful. Be
Okay,
mindful of
he
your
trying to shift the
yeah.
blame
Good
onto the
morning,
teacher.
Carlisle.
Hey,
Good morning, Mac.
Doug.
Good morning.
I don't think Doug is hearing us properly, but he's trying to say
Yes, I'm
something.
hearing you very good.
All right. All right.
Now, I won't be long. I won't be long. And
Yeah, Doug, go ahead. Go ahead.
I won't take away from your conversation too much.
No,
But
go ahead. Go ahead.
I am here in Bayabu at the funeral
Mm,
for Michelle Andrews. And you know the whole situation with her. She was a police officer, accused the prime minister of sexual assault, and the prime minister was eventually charged with rape. That was Nally Press. The whole story, you know the whole story. So, um, over the years, I have become one of her friends, along with some of us in the North American region, including Nyla John, Jeffrey Providence, Charmin Bailey, and many others, and many others. Too much to name. So I feel it's incumbent upon me, since the rest can't make it here to attend the funeral, that I attend this funeral on their behalf. So for that reason, I put it up on the chat today. I would not be in studio today, but I just want you to know what I'm doing, and I'm here, and any information I'll give to you. But this is a very important funeral for
it
most
is.
Vincentian. And
It
I will
is.
leave it at that. I'll cut off and I'll go back inside. Right now, I am outside. I will go back inside to the funeral service, which is about to start in a little bit. Okay?
All right.
Mm.
All
All right.
right. Doug, is there any way you can turn around the camera so the persons can see, the turnout, see
All
the
right.
actual.
Let me
Yeah.
do that now.
All right.
Let me see how you do that. I got to turn.
maybe just
But you
spend the
could just
Christmas.
turn around.
Yeah, yeah. uh, God,
Um, while we're at it, I actually did speak to Michelle Andrews once. In fact, she called me. Somebody on her behalf called and
Mm,
we spoke.
mm,
So I just want to pass my condolences on to the family of Michelle Andrews, who when we did speak, it was about certain medical problems that she had and how I could give advice, etc., which I gave. I wouldn't disclose what those problems were and so forth. But it came as a shock to me that she of her demise, which seemed to me to be quite sudden. So my condolences to her family.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I also want to join in expressing deepest, sincerest condolences to her mom, her sister. I'm not too sure if she had. I think she had a couple of other siblings. The entire community. I think she was from Simon. Um, the entire Vincentian community as a whole, because her loss was felt far, wide, and deep. I have never met her, but I remember breaking down in tears at work. I had to go into the bathroom because um, it's hard to imagine the level of suffering that she and her family, including her, especially her mother, endured during this ordeal. And may her soul rest in eternal peace. I believe in God. I believe in a greater power, and I believe that He saw what Michelle went through, and when the time was right, and He to decided to call her home to her eternal rest of peace. I do believe that with all of my heart. So rest in peace, Michelle. I made a solemn promise last week, and it's something that I would continue to do until I myself is called home, to keep her name on the lips until justice is served.
Yeah, but Mac, the thing is that Michelle died as a hero, and I think we are missing that particular point. She accused,
Mm,
went up against her Goliath.
yep,
She stood her
yep,
ground. She said she was
yep,
sexually molested. She has never
yep.
in any way rescinded that particular point, that initial point. She
Exactly.
went up
Yeah.
against the judiciary in St. Vincent, the police force, the business work
Juggernaut. Yep,
people, all of her colleagues. She went up against them and she stood alone.
yep,
And when these
yep.
people, sometimes, we hear about unsung heroes. This is one of them. She
Mm,
never
mm,
rescinded. She stuck
mm,
to her accusation,
All right.
despite
mm.
all of the other things that were railing against
A
her.
little something for the persons with Facebook access. Doug is showing the inside of the funeral, the inside of the
Mm,
church at the funeral, so you can get to see, the
mm,
turnout. And I say, Doug, really appreciate what you're doing there. Like I said, it's the next best thing about
mm.
about us being there. And oh boy, and Doug, I don't know if I could indulge you to go to Union on behalf of the city of Salish. Oh boy, it's it's getting kind of hectic. It's getting kind of hectic.
But
As
Carla,
we
to what
say.
Ord was just saying, I know that an incoming NDP government seriously considering establishing a slate of national awards, and I would like one of them to be named after Michelle Andrews, an award for bravery and
Yep.
steadfastness in the face of overwhelming odds, going up against a giant system, a system of political system, and she remained unbowed, undeterred, and she never changed her story. And in a way, I think in a strong way, this is how we should measure credibility,
Amen.
because the fact that she never changed her story, she never altered her story, she stuck to her guns until her unfortunate demise, and for me, that gives credibility to her story, even
Boy,
more so.
And
but
last week we mentioned stress and its contribution to people's well-being, and you would have understood that
Mm,
somebody like that
mm,
who was ill already, and then being
yep,
subjected to that enormous amount of pressure, that to me have
yep,
contributed to her going early. Because you have things going on in your head, you have high blood pressure, or whatever the case may be. Easily, stress could cause you to blood gaskets, and
Mhm.
and you have a fatal
And
hemorrhage,
All right,
heart
Doug,
attack,
Doug,
etc.
Doug is saying something. Yeah, go ahead, Doug. Yeah.
I'm gonna cut. Okay, I'm leaving out now.
All
Okay?
righty.
Okay, Doug.
All right.
All right. Thanks
All
a
right.
million. Thanks a
Much
million.
appreciated,
I,
Doug.
I don't know if you heard I don't know if you heard me begin saying that I want you to go Union Island on behalf of Ctview Multimedia, but that's another
We
story.
go deal with that when I get in. All
All right,
right.
cool. Take care. All right.
Mm.
Mm,
But it's indeed a sad day in St. Vincent, or it
mm,
should be,
mhm,
because we have lost a stalwart, a young lady who um, not just wasn't just an ordinary person in many respects. She was a servant of the people. She was a police officer who purposefully went into the force to be a servant for her community and for the nation as a whole. And the way she was treated, let us not underestimate, understate the mountain, the Himalaya of injustice that was heaped upon this one person, simply because she
mhm.
had the courage to stand up and say, "You did this to me."
Well,
And,
I
and, and this
Mike,
and
I
this was
would
somebody who was working to protect himself, and
Mm-hmm.
who wasn't protected,
protect himself, a victim,
who was
a
not
perpetrator,
protected
or
at
alleged
all.
perpetrator, especially.
You know,
She was there to protect the perpetrator's family, the
and
accused
That's right.
perpetrator's family.
That's right.
I can tell you something, gentlemen, and this only solidifies my ways of dealing with it. I saw, I think it was Bill O'Reilly on
Mm,
Newsmax
mm,
was explaining the rise of Donald Trump.
mm.
He said Donald Trump is a deliberate entertainer. Donald Trump is what you call it, an attention grabber.
Mm-hmm,
Yes, and
mm-hmm,
would say and do the worst of things
mm-hmm,
to garner that attention.
mm-hmm.
And it goes to what I've been saying. It goes to what I have been saying. Me as an entertainer myself, the worst thing that you could have to me is to ignore me.
Exactly.
And I would like to pass on the same sentiments. Dr. Lika can get in chatter on your line. Um,
No, it might be mine, Carl. Let me jump off because I'm still in the
okay,
car and the driver has the radio on.
I
Yeah.
heard him talking in the background.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. So let me jump
no
off.
man, my mic was
I'll
muted.
continue listening off here.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Okay. Blessings, everybody.
All right, take care. Like I said, sometimes, at least in my opinion, all the time, we got to be careful of what the attention, because you think about it. It's nothing. Everything that he does, I'm talking about Donald Trump, is reprehensible to normal people, but yet his popularity is growing. I don't want to see the same thing repeated here.
Well, no, I really want to focus on Michel Andrews a little bit more because I think what Michel Andrews did should have brought out all of those other persons from their closet positions. But apparently it didn't. And I'm still thinking that there are so many persons who would have gone through a Michel Andrews experience with regards to a politician, with regards to a boss, with regards to prime ministers, and they are still, so to speak, tolerating this in their own secret crevices, in their own home, so to speak, keeping it tunneled and not bringing it to the fore. And as well, and just stress there, the whole issue that when you walk around with something like this and you don't have a vent, then you are bringing extra stress upon your own situation, making it more difficult for you to survive and thrive. You need to bring it to the fore, and perhaps just bring it to the fore if you don't want to do the Michelangelo's route and introduce words that we never heard before, like naughty pras. That's okay. but you need to ensure that you share your story with somebody else. You need to get that off of your chest. Don't walk around with all of that. If you are in somehow or the other sexually molested, you need to come to the fore. You need to allow Michelle Andrews to come out.
Here's how we different. I returned here in 2007. In 2008, I went to a high-ranking police officer that known me and I've known for all my life, and told him that what we have here is the making of a failed state. This is since 2008. This is previous to Michelle Andrews. Because coming out of the cold, according to Bob Marley, and knowing what I remembered about St. Vincent and Grenadines, and how proud that I would have exposed on the outside that I'm a Vincentian, and to come here and meet these levels of dysfunctionality, it would have hit me long before Michelle Andrews. So in a lot of ways, I could be more exposed to this than you are, because you would have been here as this society was growing. But I would have dropped into it like the water is -5, and I'm coming from a tropical country. So therefore, I don't see the head on. I think the head on is deliberate. I think the head on is dangling the carrot on the stick. I think we need to really, like I said last week, put it in God's hands.
No, this is more than God's hands, Carl. I am saying, take for example.
There's nothing never more than God's hands.
Wait. Take for example, that situation where the guy was shot by the police. You know, you cannot bring a private matter unless you have a fiat from the Attorney General. I mean, that policeman shot that man, according to the court, deliberately. And now you can turn around and sue that policeman because of that particular. I don't know if that was introduced as a result of Michelle Andrews' case, you know. I want to think that there's a connection, but I may be wrong. But I think from that Michelle Andrews case now, you can't bring this private matter against a public official, like the police force. Police.
I think that is when if I'm not mistaken, that's when that thing was actually passed. At least that's when I first started hearing about it. When I first started hearing about you have to have a Fiat and a Volkswagen, with the tongue, But that's like I said, maybe I'm a little. How do I say? Maybe I'm a little overexposed because of my personal coming back into the society, and as opposed to being eased into it. Now, like I can tell you something. This goes back to something I said a couple of weeks ago, that I do surveys, and a lot of people are just here in body. They don't listen to radio. They don't read the newspaper. They don't watch HCTV news. One guy tell me the only time he listens to radio incidents in the Grenadines is 7:05 death announcements. That is serious depression. That is serious depression that we're dealing with. You know, and the same token, I call somebody in the United States and say, boy, what Trump doing this, and they say, Carl, you know what? I stopped watching the news, you know. Newsmax, CNN, Fox News, all of them is predictable. I stopped watching it.
But when I tell you just now about you mentioned about God's hands, I am saying this is in our hands. You are telling me that we have these politicians, and this is election year. We cannot agitate that they change, they remove this particular law where a policeman can shoot you deliberately. And I cannot bring a case against this policeman for my safety. I cannot bring for my continued health and longevity. I cannot sue this policeman unless I have a fiat. We need to, as I said before, this is election year. We need to agitate. This needs to be on the agenda. We need to agitate for this change. Because this is something, as I said before, with regard to Michelle Andrews. Michelle Andrews should have been able to bring then a private situation, a private case against Ralph for this particular inconvenience that she indicated to us that she suffered from. But she wasn't, I mean, because the case was not pressed.
Somebody on WhatsApp says, good morning, Mr. Valentine. It's nice hearing your voice on the radio again. Somebody else says, good morning. I'm a new listener to Nice Radio from Brian Green, Roseau, Dominica. All right, good morning, Dominica. Yes, and let me see if there's any other comments. Persons are encouraged to refrain from sending comments to my personal WhatsApp because I don't get to see them. Most of the time, I don't get to see them until after the program because my phone is not always boy, Dr. Leacock, and Dr. Leacock and Odd. Now, if I did not do the interviews, the interviews with regards to Pastor Clark, remember all this thing with the Tech Rock Center and everything would have been before my time. You know, my views could have been based on my own personal experience or what I would have observed. It would not necessarily would have sparked that conversation which I intended to reach over to 90-year-old Mr. Hazelwood with regards there's other persons, you know, a lot of persons were hesitant. I've been doing the interviews on camera. I mean, a lot of persons were hesitant, but then, you know, quite a few persons came through, including somebody who came to tears based on, you know, how Pastor Clark would have made a difference in their life, you know. And I'm, for the life of me, wondering why isn't some of it rubbed off on his flock? You know, I think the current minister says that he's been around Pastor Clark since he was a teenager, and I'm waiting to see the fruits. But there could only be one explanation, at least as far as I see it. As far as I see it, I can tell you something. Maybe it's habit culture with me where I'm concerned. You know, where marketing is concerned, if conventional methods don't work, another one would work. You know, something innovation. You know, like this morning, I actually heard. I was like, wait a minute, somebody's inside my head. This WhatsApp hacking thing is real. Somebody, you know, it is somebody that I confided in what I'm intending to do would have spoke, you know, and jump ahead of me with it, and then, you know, but it is what it is. You know, it's not going to steal my joy at all. You know, I am still going to go for it because the same place I got the inspiration to do that, I go there every morning. I go there every morning. I haven't posted today's yet, but today we did Psalm number 27 and Psalm number 36. We did 2 Psalms today. And effectiveness is what I would like to bring. One of the reasons I want to go to Union Island is that, we need to see these things for ourselves. We need to see these things, through our lenses, because anybody can feed you anything.
Yeah, but Kala, you can't. I mean, that's a very naive position. If everything that you have to see through your lens, and you can't,
if possible, if possible, yes.
No, I okay, but if you cannot accept other people's views in relation to what is happening, then boy, you'll be a widely traveled man. But I want to stay on course in relation to what I'm saying, because if this case with Michel Andrews was nolly-prost, simply because, and you have introduced, so to speak, a law that prevents this from further happening. And we have other cases, like we have this case, as I said before, with police brutality. And you're telling me I can sue the government relative because he is an employee of the government. I can then get some reparations in relation to that. But now I am physically maimed. I cannot function as normal. I cannot work as normal. I have no source of income. All as a result of this malicious act by this particular policeman. And you're telling me I have absolutely no compensation unless you agree to this fiat. Something has to be wrong with that. That cannot be normal.
Something is wrong. What I really wanted to go to bat for Michelle Andrews with the interview is because that I heard that she was denied benefits from the Police Welfare Association. I really wanted to go to bat with that.
They delayed it.
They delayed it, and but to me, I think the reason for the delay, and I could be wrong, is that her name is Michelle Andrews.
I believe so too. I have a strong inclination to believe what you're believing in that particular case.
Yeah,
so even after she has resigned, she is still suffering the consequences for standing her ground and saying, hey, nah, this thing was done to me by the Prime Minister. She stood her ground. She never faltered, never fainted. She still stood her ground. And that is why, to me, she's a hero. She's a hero for all of those who have continued to be abused by the system and are still not speaking out. And I wonder what is happening, as I said before in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, what is happening to us? If you can tell me this word nolly-prost has become famous since that case, since that matter was brought, when she, as a matter of fact, she has created that word. Well, she didn't create the word, but she has made this word a very popular word. And we are still suffering as a result of this word today. You cannot bring a private criminal matter against a policeman. I can't understand that. That just can't go through my head. In a civilized society, a policeman could take out his gun and shoot you without any cause and suffer no consequences personally.
But not only that, I don't know if you missed what part of what we were saying this morning. Even Christianity, in my opinion, is tainted. And that is what Digger was saying as well, which is why I told you in 2008 I went to a high-ranking police officer that I've known all my life and said, we are a failed state.
But what does that have to do with Christianity?
Well, Christianity is part of who formed our society. The Christian Council, I mean, have their airs. And one of the things I told people, that's a group of people. That's a group of people with a strong audience.
Yeah, but I'm saying that has nothing to do with Christianity. That is the proponents. Those are people who are presenting themselves in that particular capacity. That has nothing to do with Christianity. Christianity is an idea in relation to how we survive, how we live, how we thrive. And I'm thinking that's such a broad spectrum. But let's go back to base again, as I said.
Christianity in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Christianity all over. Christianity, there are so much different components in relation to Christianity. That doesn't make all of them real. That doesn't make all of them true. Everybody, even remember Hitler? Hitler was a man of the church, you know. He came from a church background.
Oh boy.
So Christianity, as I said before, is you can't judge Christianity by the proponents. If a man calls himself a Christian, then you have to judge him against what Christianity is supposed to be, not what he is manifesting himself to be. But let's go back to base, as I said before again. All of these cases that we have now, as you re-examine them, I remember that case, and I haven't heard anything further with it, where the man saw the people coming up with guns and the police did not identify himself, and he drove off and was shot in his car. I haven't heard anything. I think that happened last year. I haven't heard anything further relative to any investigation, anything that came out of that particular case. And you have to ask yourself the question again.
Yeah, one of the things that got me a little let me say, like James Bond, shaken, not stirred, is that I kept looking at Eyewitness News, the Searchlight, the Vincentian, Asbert News Network, St. Vincent Times, for stuff that I was hearing on the ground in Layu. Not only that, I went and contacted the police public relations, and they didn't have the story. But contacting the police station in Layu, they have the story.
Wow.
They confirmed the story, and the story was confirmed to me by members of the church. This is what we're up against. What are you going to do but get on your knees?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Makala, I'm saying this is election year. I keep saying this. We need as a people. We need as a people to raise these awarenesses that the politicians have to therefore take these things on board. If not, I'm not going to be voting for you. These are some of the things that we need to be actively involved with. We need to raise these matters because these matters are not just for personal and private interest. These matters are public concerns.
Now, here's another matter that I raised. I don't know if you remember me mentioning that I fell down on the way to the playing field. The roads, and it's the same. It was the same style like how I fell down in Palms Avenue. There's a way where the gutter just slants from the road. The gutter just takes an angle. And the road. There's a road and there's a slight angle, and that's the gutter. Okay, I fell down between what used to be Grand Bazaar and the Grand Bazaar and Banfield gas station because a big truck was coming. You know, a big truck that to me should not be in a two-way street, should not be driving in any two-way street in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, with the exception of maybe Bocament. Well, we got somebody in the line. Nice Radio, good afternoon, your life.
Brother Carly?
Yes, sir.
Let me bring something to your attention.
Mm-hmm.
That park up there. Now, a lot of people don't know how that park up there come. Eagle Woods and Mr. Sammy Banner and Ted didn't have a park at that time. Was playing boy school over there. One Saturday, we had a meeting.
Yeah, I remember. We actually I think we actually.
The Exeter was the president at that time. And what is the meeting was going on? These two gentlemen come for over the school, walk into the meeting. When they come in, everybody pay attention because we are the representative who centrally was. These words. And they say they come to make us to understand something. So everybody say, let me hear what I have to say. His keyboard said, gentlemen, we now negotiate with the Sintily to get a piece of land. We are ready done, bung everything, and everything done settle day to get the park. But me tell me say that, me see must happen.
Yeah, but
Everybody say, I want to see the land.
study, we covered that already, you know. We covered that when,
Yeah.
we
But a
covered
lot
that.
of people don't know.
Yeah. Actually, it was even
And
published in
then
the Vincent, what
we
we're
go up
talking
there,
about. Yeah.
cut down all the trees and things and live. But the great thing we are going to bring to you now, become a cutting it short. The government under the Labour Party is the one who negotiated with the Sentinel to get the land. But when they lose government, and the Hobby Young and then Mitchell, who developed the park in a way that we could have played great sport up there. I was the groundsman. One day, while the fellas and then playing football, it's a tailor come with two white men and say, no more football is playing here, we're going to sell the land because the land is not paid for. They come and they report to me. When they come and tell me that my jumping a vehicle and I go to Hobby Young was in the Ministry of Agriculture at that time. And I tell Hobby Young what happened. Mr. Hobby Young took up the phone and he called Mr. Mitchell at the same time and explained to Mr. Mitchell that Mr. Mitchell tell Hobby Young in the present of me. Hobby Young go down right now and find out from Mr. Sindel what is the matter. And Hobby Young left and come down the same time and go. They didn't pay for the land. And Mr. Mitchell, under the end, is the one who paid for the land that who has put up right now. You understand?
Yes, study. But we actually went
But
over
what
this already, you
happened?
know. Yeah.
Most, you see all them houses they build the park there?
Yeah, you told me that's just
Half
one
of
third.
them
Yeah.
land they been for the park. And the people them with the above. But because Mr. Mitchell had to left them go to Avengel to fight them for the Avengel estate back in the government hand. Because we were done sell to the Danes. He put the estate down the hold because he was going to buy the whole estate. So fighting to get the land, the estate over here, that's why the citizens start to sell out all the acres and half acres. So that's why we didn't get all the land. So the park is they were developed there. I mean, this government do a little, some replay and things. But it's under the NDP, why we had a park there today. I just want to cut because I want no great detail. I only want to show you.
Yep.
When one government ain't do a thing, the other government must take it over and carry it forward.
All right.
Because if Mr. Mitchell say, well, you have paying for the land, me ain't paying for none. We won't have a park up there.
All right.
I just bring that.
All right.
But I left the rest. I left about the blind, but I just bring that to show you. So when they talk up there about the park, I the man who cut the ribbon when the last
When they put up the
building up
stand,
there.
yes.
They been calling me, they come right there, Mr. The honorable who represent us now, come right in the house here and ask me to go. And I go up there and I cut the ribbon to the new provision that they built. So you see, things go from one government to the other. You don't mess down where you meet there to build new one again. You understand? So I want to bring that to show people under the NBV what the NDP used to do. Right? Okay, brother Collins.
All right, man. Thanks.
Right.
All right, we're being joined by Mr. Errol Mikey Brown. Good morning, Mr. Brown. How are you?
Yes, good morning, brothers. Long time no see, but listening good and attentively. And Brother Stoti, I'm gonna expand on you today. And I'm gonna and my brother Erd, I'm gonna also I deal with two topics that you raised and very good. I expanded them too. And is with Miss Michelle Andrews. And every Vincentian woman should keep her in her thoughts. Remember her. You know, she's a tower of strength among women in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, especially those women who organized that rape rally. Think about it, man. That is flying in the face of our ancestors when they do that, when they did that. They have glorified the legacy of slavery when nobody never stand up. When those that remain silent and those that stand up and organize that rape rally. It's better they didn't say anything.
Gentlemen, I'm going to step away for a second, but I'm leaving you in the capable hands of Mr. Mikey, and I gotta step out the studio for a second, but I'm listening. Okay.
Yeah,
continue.
yes, man. Do your thing, man. Hurry back. You know, you still listening to me, right?
Yes, Mikey, we still listening. You go ahead.
Yes, and odd, we deal with this ruling from the appellant court, from the appeal court. Now, I think it's a travesty of what is a miscarriage of justice. And those two judges, they erred in their ways.
No, but wait, Mikey, before you explain that further, do you know of any case where an employer won against an employee relative to the COVID vaccine?
No, that is where we're going. That's why I'm going to take it. I'm taking it right there. In New York City, it's the same identical case where the fire police, well, we call them fire police, but up here we just call them the police department. The police officers, the prison officers, all government employees take the federal government, New York City, and they went to court and they win based on the Constitution. They said that the mandate in New York City was unconstitutional. Not constitutional. They did not have the right in New York City to force those federal employees to put any foreign substance in their body. They lost. They get back the work, compensation, and all the money that was owed to them. So I don't know what make it so different in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So that those unvaccinated workers in St. Vincent must put at the mercy of government dictates. And Vincent, I'm telling you, what happened in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, they are shaping up to happen again. Because if that should take place, your body would be an instrument of the government.
No, but Mikey, but you are a rational man. I still don't understand this thing where you told the workers that they did not report for duty. I don't understand that clause, that aspect in relation to the appeal. I am trying to grapple my head. I am there, standing there. You locked me out. And you're telling me I did not report for duty.
But yes, we know that it played out where they were stopping people from reporting to work. We see it played out. Where police was locking the door and employees that show up to work.
Mm-hmm. And telling me now, you're winning the case goes before you, and you are telling me you agreed that I did not report for duty? Wow.
But look, I don't know who passed a bill, because when did that bill pass to give the Prime Minister the right to force that on public employees? Who passed a bill? Did we pass a bill? We pass a bill
on our constitution will trump any bill.
Any bill that... I'm singing a calypso on the word. Who passed a bill?
No, but the thing is, if a bill contradicts the constitution, the bill is null and void.
That is what I'm saying. So how could what override our constitution?
I have no idea, but Ralph.
Man, and this is why I'm telling you, the only redress the Vincentian people have and could make is to remove this ULP government.
Well, now we're singing.
There is no other way, my brother. Because I'm telling you, if it come again, if the Constitution cannot protect you, Lord,
what else can?
Where are we going?
What is your redress?
Where are we going? Yes. What if the Constitution cannot protect the citizenry in a country? We don't have a democracy.
You're telling me a female officer accuses the Prime Minister of sexual harassment, sexual molestation, and her case is nullipress.
one man.
I mean, I thought
one
all of us
man
are equal under this particular constitution, but apparently some people are more equal than others.
Oh man, Vincentian, I'm telling you. And one more thing I want to address, my brothers. You know, we go up in Kingston, and we all walk in Kingston with our girlfriend late at night. I never see so much darkness in that place. They need to put some more lights, some brighter lights in Kingston now, even between the lights, between the different street lights. You're fearful to walk between them. We need lights in the place, man. How we like to,
Mikey,
we
what
can
we talking
pleasure
about?
darkness now.
Mikey, up by me at the NIS Center, there are more lights there than anywhere else. We have some gunmen came up there 2 years ago and shot 6 of our citizens. And I think NIS has cameras. I may be wrong, but I saw some cameras on the NIS building. So I don't know if they function in it all 24/7. I really don't know. I can't speak to that.
Maybe dummy. They have dummy cameras in it to make you think that they are camera,
but
then
I am saying,
when
Mikey, up till today,
don't have none.
Up till today, we have video. Some people posted video on the internet relative to what transpired. They captured the vehicle. And you're telling me that to date, nobody is arrested?
Nobody. Well, I even write a post and make a jokes and say, well, we need to really stand up as a people. I won't even say it on the air, but we definitely lost St. Vincent and the Grenadines Convention. As citizenry, we have shocked our civic responsibility.
Quite
and one of
agreed,
that main
Couldn't say that
responsibility
again, my brother.
is to hold our government, make our
Accountable.
government accountable to us. We're not doing it financially because this government could take our taxes. And when a government could take your taxes and buy loyalty to break the law in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, where are we heading, Vincentian? Professionals are being bought with your taxes.
Easily.
Oh my God!
You're telling me.
I'm listening. I'm listening. You guys, your brothers' dialogue, man, and it is very good. And I just hope that the Vincentian people pay attention to what your brothers drop into them, because these are information that could really shape St. Vincent. Will give it a better tomorrow for generations that follow. Have a good day, my brothers.
Before you go, Mikey, I'm looking for it. We have so many songs by the man Age, and
cocking everything in one. Carl, I was home about a week or two ago, man, but it was just a run in and a run out. It was just a run in and a run out to get something done.
I know. It's a common thing, boy. If I go into this, I ain't telling nobody because somebody gonna want me to bring.
No, man, I didn't
somebody
care.
gonna want me to bring
you know your
something.
brother in fear. I called in on the radio too,
Oh, yeah.
I called in from down there. I touched base with certain brothers, but it was just I only get limited. It was a limited of vacation handed to me. I didn't get enough. But I hope to do so one more time. You know what I mean? Where I could have a little bit more time to check out your brothers and hail you guys up. Meet you on the street and dialogue or whatever. All right?
I hear you. Well,
okay,
the song I was looking for and I still can't find it is "Get on Your Knees and Pray" by the man Age. I remember he was actually on my program. He was actually on the program, and I told him.
He taught me in school in my early years.
Yes.
This country needs a spectacle, the one you should be looking for.
Boy, I don't know.
Very good, very good program, my brothers. You guys does really give me good footings to step out in this concrete jungle, man. All right.
I hear you.
Okay.
All right, Mikey. Yeah.
Okay.
The spectacle things could be so, like I tell you, I saw a lot of decent people who, because of their circle of influence, are misled.
How you could say misled, Carlisle? They follow the gravy train.
Have to be. Have to
Fall
be
in the gravy train, Carl.
night
They
radio.
misread
I don't
yourself with
know.
their own
I don't know
purpose.
if they're thinking, well, okay, well, boy, I right before Father God comes to me, I repent of my sins and go to heaven. I don't know. I don't know if they think it's working like that. Night radio. Good afternoon, your life.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Hey, hey, how you doing?
Yeah, I just said something a while ago, right, Mr. Valentine? Yeah, concerning the upstreet murder. There was a lot of video with the vehicle. But the court gave an evidence. There was two vehicles. Was the same vehicle, looked the same and everything. But the evidence in that vehicle, the person to the crime. The vehicle was picked up twice by the police.
But
If you check the income tax department, you know how much vehicle in the country like that vehicle? Do you know how much?
No, I don't. I know. You have a vehicle like that by chance?
Yeah, they had a suspicious of the vehicle from what people said.
But you have
Let
me ask you a question.
Wait.
Do you have a vehicle that looks like that?
No.
Okay, all right, just checking.
Yeah, well, just listen from the reports, from what the police said. You understand?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah, I passed at the barracks, picked up twice, but there was no evidence for holding the vehicle for any crime. There was videos, there was cameras, but just can't bring the person to fall. So we have to be careful how we say things sometimes. The police did their work.
No, that's your opinion. I'm not disputing your opinion, son.
I saw what happened.
No, but I'm saying, but that is your opinion. The police did their work.
Yeah, that's
I'm not
my
disputing
opinion. You have opinions too.
No, but I am not disputing the police work.
When you want to come back, you were saying things today, but 2 weeks ago, and you didn't have the facts. We're just talking just like that.
Caller.
I will call back.
Caller, no, let me engage for a second. In my personal experience, I think he's gone. In my personal experience, and I was going to justify it, that my house in Kingston Park has been robbed so many times. I've lost over 7 computers. One time, one of the items that was stolen was a BlackBerry. And through technology, I was able to trace the BlackBerry to a female in Stubbs. I took that information to the police officers. Until now, they haven't gone to pick up that young lady in question as to where she got that phone from, as far as I know. Not only that, Kingston Park, which is in ruins now, and put me at loggerheads with my sisters. You know, it burned 2020, Christmas 2020, fire destroyed the entire thing. My friend and supporter of this program, advertising this program, Mr. Roger Clifton of Express Data, lives in Kingston Park. He told me there were 3 explosions up there. Well, the gas bottles were stolen already. I don't understand why there would be 3 explosions. Upon inquiring, the police told me that the house is burned so bad that they can't tell the origin. But I visited there before I went to the police and after, and nothing was moved. Nothing was moved, which leads me to believe that no investigation was done. The general public, when they tell you that crime is down, I understand Candyman was on Bing talking about, looking at the statistics, the crime situation is down from 2023 to 2024. No, persons like me have lost confidence in the police service and not bothering to report the crimes. This is the same thing like the person who's not listening to the news anymore. The only time he listens to the radio is the death announcement. I guess he's listening for his name.
Good joke, Alex. But I was not in any way criticizing the police. I am simply stating that in this day and age where a camera a camera is less than $100, a circular camera that you can install in any way, especially in the Kingston area. And I saw, and as I said before, I saw what looked like cameras at NAS building. I remember I told you what looked like cameras on the outside. I'm not disputing whether or not they were cameras actually. I'm saying I just saw that. But I saw a video on Facebook circulating, and you could have identified the car number from the video that I saw on Facebook. I don't know who posted that video. So how is it that if I can see this, that the police can't be exposed to this?
Boy,
And how is it no arrest is made? And wait. He is saying that they picked up that car and they allowed that car to leave. Wow. No, you were confusing me for the day, gentleman who was just speaking to just now.
there must be a logical explanation. But you remember now the NIS building and the National Public Library both have some big clocks on there, and the clock look like they're about 6 feet. And they all said the same time. All the time.
Okay, quite agreed. But as I said, so I'm not. I am just saying, in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we seem to be stuck, and I don't understand why we are stuck as far as the laws are concerned in St. Vincent and Grenadines. Not the laws. I can't. Let me go to the laws, but the implementation of these laws. And how is it that we are going backwards? This case, as I said, with this man got shot.
Not the only implementation. A person's another thing is, and which is why I came up with the shot away a day concept, because persons are not necessarily thinking of themselves as a part of the community. They're thinking of themselves as themselves only, and that is so reflective in the work ethic. It's mind-boggling.
Because we are divided right down the political line. We are polarized.
Not only we polarize it, have so much people doing nothing and collecting that
that's part of the polarization. You have to be out the trough.
But it's become a national. So it's almost like if NDP wins, that is what NDP is expected to do.
No. If NDP wins, NDP is a Mount Everest climb for NDP. If NDP wins the next,
because their supporters are likely to come say, listen, well, and ULP used to do it.
Okay, right, fair enough. I see what you're saying, because we have already become acculturated. That's what we are accustomed to.
Yeah, according to Skicks, it's become habit cultural.
That is what I'm fearful of, Carla. I'm so much afraid of that. I'm saying up till now, Ralph says
we can't be in denial because it's our reality as we speak.
Yeah, but Ralph says he has a hook in our gill, and we don't know how far that hook is in our gill. Whether or not if we remove that hook, if we can kill ourselves, we will probably bleed to death if we remove this hook. So this hook apparently only Ralph knows exactly how far and how deep and how big this hook is. None of us know. Not even the NDP in opposition know exactly how far and how big and how deep and how damaging this hook is.
All right. Well, speaking of the hook, I'm hoping Dr. Leacock is still there. Dr. Leacock, are you still there by chance?
Yes, I'm listening.
Yes, Dr. Leacock. And where time is concerned, if we can tackle something medical, you said that you were prepared to do something on juvenile diabetes. I saw the young man.
How much time do we have? That's the problem.
We have like about half an hour to 45 minutes.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Well, if you want me to do it, I shall, because you said somebody's asked about it. Right. So I know we've spoken about diabetes before on this, but I think we looked at it from the adult perspective. And you had someone who was young and wanted to know about juvenile diabetes. So I decided to do a little rehash about diabetes, basically. You know, basically it's a chronic condition, yeah, and this when your body can't regulate glucose properly. I know you're going to focus on juvenile diabetes, but there are several other types. The one we're going to focus on is the type 1, which is normally an autoimmune type, in which the immune system attacks and destroys your insulin-producing cells in the pancreas. And mostly this will be diagnosed in young children and young adults, but it could occur at any age. Yeah? And people, if you have type 1 diabetes, you need to have insulin therapy for the rest of your life. There's a lot of things going about people who are obese, etc., who could reverse diabetes, etc., but that does not apply to juvenile type diabetes. The type 2 diabetics, which is the most common one, which people like myself have. My mom had it. My father didn't. My sister had it. Yeah. This is associated with obesity and a sedentary lifestyle. The body becomes resistant to insulin, or your pancreas fails to produce enough insulin. And this is the one that you could manage with lifetime stages, diet, exercise. Sometimes you may require medication, just oral, and sometimes you will need to go on to insulin as well. Then there's gestational diabetes. So when women are pregnant, they need to produce plenty insulin to meet the increased need for both mommy and baby. And somehow they dysregulate and they can't control that and become diabetic. It would normally resolve after the baby is born, but it is normally an indicator that some stage in your life that woman is probably going to develop diabetes. So once the baby is born, those women are sent off to be checked 6 months after to see what's happening with the glucose levels. And there's a condition called prediabetes. Yeah, the blood levels are higher than normal, but not high enough to be classified as diabetic. And this again is regarded as a precursor to diabetes. There is a common type of diabetes which we don't recognize very often. It's called MODY, MODY. Yes, and it's a rare form of diabetes, and this is a mutation of a single gene, right? MODY is a acronym for maturity onset diabetes of the young, right? And there's also a other type that you can have, neonatal diabetes mellitus, NDM. And there's a secondary type of diabetes. So if you have pancreatitis, so your pancreas get inflamed, etc., a lot of guys take a lot of steroids and stuff and go to the gym, not realizing that they could affect their metabolism and take themselves on into diabetes. So they develop lots of muscles, which don't have lots of strength in them, by the way. All the people who decide to take steroids to pump up your muscles, and that can predispose you to diabetes. And there's certain other conditions. There's a condition called Cushing syndrome in which your adrenal gland don't work very well and they produce a hormone called cortisol. Cortisol tend to try to raise your blood sugars, etc. So you can't regulate sugar, right? So all of these are managed differently. And uh, I have coined a phrase in medicine. I do mainly do obstetrics, delivering babies, etc. and so forth. But I think this state applies across all medical specialties. Probably not to trauma as much, but I think it does. If you can manage the risk of people having a certain disease, yes, it does apply to trauma because if the risk is key and you need to stop skiing, you're managing the risk. If you could manage the risk of any medical condition, then you could manage that conditions, right? So if we pinpoint the risk factors that people are exposed to, then we should be able to help and assist people with managing these conditions. Yes, insulin is the mainstay for juvenile type 1 diabetes. There are three types. There's the rapid acting insulin, which we cover males and manage blood sugars. There's the short acting insulin. So if your blood sugar goes sky high, and we want to bring it down quickly, we give you a rapid acting insulin. If we want to manage your meals, we have what you call a short acting, and there is an intermediate acting insulin as well, which provides coverage over a longer duration, and then there's a long acting. So there are four basic types of insulin that you need. One of the problems why juveniles are not very compliant, why they don't like to stick to controlling the blood, is because they have to have needle injections, and nobody likes to have needle injections. You know, the truth be told, we used to have really large needles. If you pick one up and some people would faint. Needle technology has improved so much now that you don't even feel the needle pricks when they're going in. Because the needles are really, really, really microtubules and so forth. And you probably feel this thing of a Jack Spaniel greater than you do from the needle of an injection these days. The other thing you have to do is to monitor your glucose regularly, right? Again, In the past, that required a finger stick. And people don't like to stick the finger. You put it on a little stick and you put it in the meat and you get it red. But that is really, really important so that you know how your blood glucose is. And these days we have other means that of things that you can attach to the body actually to regulate your insulin, and that sends messages to an app, and the app is on your phone and they will tell you what blood sugar is. So that might appeal to young people, although of course that's an expensive way to do it. But again, a lot of the young people these days have mobile phones anyway, and they have smartphones. You need a smartphone for this, right? Diet. You need a balanced diet. I hold my hand up. I am diabetic. I still eat a lot of sugary things. Latterly, here, I find my vision is getting really, really blurred, etc. And it's no doubt my blood sugar is probably not being well controlled while I'm having visual problems. And you need to get into the habit of counting your carbohydrates. You count them in, you count them out. Have a balanced diet where you use whole grains, fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Yeah. And you need to do good and serious meal planning. Young people tend to think, well, I have diabetes, I can't do anything. This is like a malady, and I'm supposed to be separated out. And I think partly because maybe the medical approach to, oh, you have diabetes, you're sick, you're not supposed to do anything. And then the family, oh, you're sick and delicate, you have diabetes, etc. So forth. But there's no reason, nothing should stop you at all as a young person who's diabetic from doing the things you love. You could be an athlete, you could be a cricketer, you could swim, you could dance, you could go to fete in the night when you want to. Nothing should stop you, because in fact those things are regular exercise and they actually help with the control of your diabetes. And the other thing is read about your condition. Yeah. Not only you should read about your condition, but you should tell your mom and your dad, maybe if they can't, and they're not as intelligent, so that they know more about the condition. These days we have something I call it Dr. Google. It's on your phone. All you have to do is pick up your phone and you put something in and you ask what's this question, and you will get an answer. I remember telling my niece that many, many years ago, over 20 years ago, she used to still send and ask me things. I say, look, you have a computer in front of you, type in any question you want on top of it, you will get an answer. And these days it's even better because we have artificial intelligence, and AI now has pulled the data from all over the world into one bank. And if you have a problem, if you type it, if you have ChatGPT or you have anything artificial um, intelligence, you will get an answer. I think a critical thing about you as a young person, what you need is psychological support. And I just mentioned the fact that of you being stigmatized and alienated because you have a disease, and you think that, well, I am the worst thing in mankind. I have this thing that has visited me, and that should be the complete opposite. You shouldn't be deterred by the fact that you have diabetes, and it shouldn't prevent you from doing anything, and it shouldn't prevent you from achieving anything that you want to achieve. The most important thing is that you have to have a good rapport with your doctors. I'll give you a story. I remember, I think that person is still alive. Young guy, when I started working at home, I think he's 12 or 13, we discovered that he had diabetes, and I knew him as a pediatric patient, myself and doctor that in Madrid, etc. and so forth. And many, many years after, when I went away, did my rounds and came back to the hospital. I was in the emergency room, and it was a Friday night, and they called and they said there's this guy who's gone crazy, and he's just running into building and smash people, smash up some sliding doors on the VG highway, ran over to thing even, and I think it started up at the medical college, and they probably chased him all the way down until he got honestly. It cut a long story short. When he came into hospital, I recognized him and said, "What's happening to you? You're not known to be a violent person." And the thing is this whole burden of carrying this disease, he had stopped taking his medication, and for some reason, his blood sugar went out of control. And I think it actually fell rather than going, it fell. So he became hypoglycemic, and it made him psychotic. He couldn't remember that he had done a single thing that the police were saying thing, but that he had done, you know. And if by getting his blood sugar back on track and so forth, which brought back his memory, you know. We have a lot of things available that you can use with you, right? Use the technology. We have insulin pump. We have all sorts of distribution systems available if you have access to them that you can use. And you must have a level of emergency preparedness when if you are diabetic. because for some reason our body doesn't always work the same way. You get up one morning, you probably get a little cold or something, and it triggers off other things in your system, and things like that where you have infection could do two things. It could make your blood sugar go off scale, which it most often does, but it could do the opposite as well. So you must always have in the back of your mind and have a preparedness for emergencies that arises. Yeah. Um, if I would just want to briefly mention, we have the thing that we use in the United States is called a Libre, and I think that's a little sensor that goes into your arm now, and that it just sends all the readings to your to your smartphone, etc. And it stops you from pricking your fingers every day and so forth. I don't think that expensive. In fact, I think my hospital was offering to give them with the other day, but that was a trap. If once you start using it, then you're obviously tied into the company and the manufacturers about it. Yeah. We have flash glucose monitors,
Is
and of
that
course, all.
is that
Yeah.
something that emits radio waves? I think
No, it doesn't. It's the same sensor, just like your Bluetooth thing, etc.
uh
So yeah.
yeah, that's what I meant because I
Yes.
think I saw a mutual friend. She had
Hmm.
something on her arm, and there's a monitor in the bedroom, and if her sugar level goes up, the monitor goes
Yes.
up. Yes.
It
Okay.
would tell you. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
Right. Yes. Of course, you have the old urine test strips, which were the proverbial and so forth. They use this word name BM, and everyone's saying BM, and BM don't sound anything like sugar. BM just means Boehringer Mannheim, and that's the drug company that actually formulated these sticks. It's a German company, and for short, we say, okay, check your BMs, but your BMs is not checking your body mass. It's checking your blood sugar, and it's just named because of the sticks. Right. There are long-term tests that you probably need to do, which there's a test called hemoglobin A1C. Regularly you probably just need to check that because what happens is that your blood, if you look at the blood, it has four chains, and at the end of each chain of your blood molecule, there is a glucose moiety or glucose. Moiety is a complex word, but there's a bit of glucose attached onto the end. And if your blood glucose has been bad for several months, those four ends of your blood chains will be occupied. Whereas if it was better control, so you can get a level which is called hemoglobin A1C to tell how well your control have been over 3 to 6 months. In some people, we do a different thing. They use fructose, but I'll come to that later. Then we also have ketone meters that you can use just to measure ketones. Now, when diabetes, like I said, is starvation in the midst of plenty, you've got lots of glucose around, but you don't have insulin to take to drive that glucose into your cell. And because you can't drive the glucose into your cell, then your cell become deficient of energy, and your cells want energy. So what the body does, it starts burning fats. Yes, it burns fat, and when you burn fat, you produce things called ketones, right? There are two. One is butyric acid, and the other one is keto ac- keto acetoketoic acid, and at the end of the day, you get acetate from that, right? And it's that acidosis that can affect your brain and affect your kidney and other things that makes you very ill and have to go into hospital, and that you come close to diabetic coma, and you may die. So there are ketone meters that you can have that would tell you if you have ketones in your blood and so forth. Even you and I, well, I put myself out the ring now because I am diabetic, so my if I start having ketones, I'll worry. But a normal person is non-diabetic. If they starve for a day and so forth, and they test their urine, they'll have ketones in their urine because they'll be burning fat during that time in order to get some energy about it. There's a little quirk about that, that babies, in fact, can utilize ketones. So babies are miracles in their own right. So when a baby is born from a mother who's diabetic and it starts struggling because once the baby is born, it no longer has that blood supply of glucose that goes from mom to baby. Babies produce their own insulin. Mom does not produce insulin for babies. So that those babies could become very, very low in blood sugar very rapidly. So once you're pregnant and you have a baby, and you're diabetic, that baby needs to be monitored to see that the blood glucose doesn't go low. But babies could switch on their ketosis and use it to make energy, which adults can't use. So that's just one of the fascinating things I found about that. Now, Diabetes is called the great mimicker. If you have diabetes, you have a problem with every living organ in your body. You have problems with your liver, you have problems with your eyes, you have problems with your testicles, you have problems with your kidneys, every single thing, all your vessels in your body are involved in it. And in fact, one of the things with diabetes is that you could end up with a diabetic foot and having to lose your foot or fingers or toes, etc. So you really need the aim and key is not that you must be tightly controlled. So you can't become obsessed about this in that doctor say my blood glucose needs to be under 5. And if it's like 5.3, you start fretting and you lose the image. Because 5.3 isn't too bad. If it's 10, it's a different story. You really haven't been doing much. But some of us get too obsessed and preoccupied with the diabetes as well. You know, you prick your finger in the morning, and half past 10, you prick your finger, and 12 o'clock, you prick your finger, and your life becomes focused around that. You don't have a life. What I'm saying here to you is that your doctor and your diabetologist will be able to tell you how often you need to monitor yourself. If you're diabetic, regular, ordinary diabetic, there's no reason why can't just check your blood sugar twice a week and be fine, or even once a week. If you are poorly controlled, and there are some people we call brittle diabetics, brittle in that they go from being hypoglycemic and not having enough glucose to having too much. And those are the ones that doctors find difficult to control. um, you have to try and tailor the long acting along with the immediate acting and all the other insulin and so forth so that you get some semblance of normalcy. So normally a glucose level below 4, we will say is low. And if it's above 7.7, we will say that's high when you do the measurements. I don't know what the measurements are in the United States. But if you multiply 4 by 20, because that is the molecular weight of the carbohydrate structure, you'll get it in grams or milligrams. So 4 by 20 is what? 80. And if it's above 7, if it's above 140, then it's below 80. If that's the old unit that you're using, it will be low. If it's above 140, check that as being high. But if you're somewhere between that range during the day and so forth, there's no reason why you shouldn't be okay. Because as I said, that diabetes affects your kidneys, you could end up having high blood pressure along with it and so forth. So you need to regularly monitor your blood pressure to see that you're not becoming diabetic. It also affects your liver so that your cholesterol, etc., and so forth may run high. And so that's another thing that you need to do that you would probably need to do regular cholesterol check so that you keep your cholesterol um, in check. Now, all of these things that we had in the past that we used to have to bring you to the hospital in order to do things can be done today without you even having to come to hospital. I don't know if you've moved to that stage yet in St. Vincent, but for somebody with a phone, a young person with a phone who could go onto the phone and have a WhatsApp conversation and a face-to-face conversation with a doctor, I really don't see why they need to go from Georgetown to Kingston just to see the doctor. But that is me getting ahead of myself and getting ahead of St. Vincent Day. But I think that's the way we should be going, and that will save the health system in the country an enormous amount of money. And if you move to digital notes, which is easy to do in a small country like St. Vincent, that will make it even better that you don't need to be taking time off to go to school. You mean 7:30 in the morning, 6:30 in the morning, your teacher could let you out to school just to go and have a 10-minute discussion with a diabetologist, and then you could resume school. You don't have to miss a whole school day because of that, and so forth. So the long and short of it, yeah, about our diabetes, yeah, is that we need to be aware. Don't get stigmatized and bogged down with it. Try and live as normal, a healthy life as possible. Try and be compliant. And compliance, when you have to be taking needles every minute and so forth, really and truly put a damper into your life and you become bogged down with that and tied down with that. But I'm saying that it does not necessarily have to be the way you go and so forth. People think that if you want something sweet, have a fruit instead of having a sweetie. And I have a very sweet tooth. I like my cake and my sweetie and my sugar cake and whatnot and so forth. And fingers on my heart, I do stray and have them every now and then and have a sweet. But the alternative is to use fruits. If you use fruit,
Are you like me? Our mutual friend Mr. Sipney Hall would say that Carlisle likes a little coffee in his sugar. Are you?
no, I don't have sugar in my tea at all. I for years now I don't have sugar with tea, and if you put sugar in my tea now, I can't drink it. It just tastes odd. And I
Okay.
have to thank you heard me say this before. Our friend that went to medical school with Perry de Freitas for
Mm-hmm.
kicking me out of that habit.
Okay.
And actually caused me to cut salt out of my diet as well. But I've reintroduced salt to my diet. But
Mm,
sugar in tea is a no-no for me. I can't drink tea with sugar. Yeah,
mm,
but fruits, because the fruits have fiber, it helps you. Um, it also has vitamins and minerals, so it helps you in slowing the absorption of the glucose, etc. and so forth. But turn to other things rather than go for the mango. Have a carrot.
mm,
Have some celery. Have a cucumber. Those things won't don't have much sugar in it, and it won't impact on your glucose in sending it high and so forth. However, if you take excess fruits, etc., so forth, that of course will the system, and of course it will send up your blood glucose. Right.
mm.
So I want to end there. I am
Somebody
not a diabetologist.
somebody's asking questions
Yeah.
that didn't Dr. Leacock say the other day that there is no stick blood sugar test machine in England? I don't remember that.
No,
Did
no,
he
no,
say?
no, no. I didn't say that.
All right. Somebody's on the line. Nice radio. Good afternoon. Your life.
Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, Millicent. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Dr. Leacock, how are you?
I'm fine, Millie. Thanks.
Dr. Leacock,
Hmm.
I got off the Ozempic because I have more problems than John read about.
All right.
And
Explain Ozempic, Dr. Leacock, Millicent.
Well,
well, I was put on I no
Ozempic is it like
it's the other name for Ozempic is semaglutide. So these are things that restrict your diet basically, and they cause you to lose weight. And because you lose weight, you have better control of your diabetes. They
mm,
are not.
I have
They
the
are not. Huh?
I have the opposite because I haven't lost any weight. My appetite is very.
so
I have to
let me
push
just
to
let me
eat.
just verify something. This is
Mm.
not something that that is a controlled way of putting insulin into your body of administering insulin into your
No, it
body.
has nothing to do with insulin at all. It's
Okay,
it's
all
just a drug that you on it. I'm on one myself, and it causes you to lose weight. And this we are dealing with juvenile age because the
right. Mm,
adult people, the obese ones, etc., who get Ozempic. A
okay.
very thin, slim person, you wouldn't give them Ozempic because it's not going to achieve the the weight loss and the other thing that you're trying to trigger. And that's
Yeah.
that I think so. Millie is taking me into the realm that I don't want to go, where people say that their diabetes could be reversed. If you
Mm,
put them on some of these drugs and they shed enough weight, etc., and so forth, we are seeing evidence now where some people actually reverse their diabetes. But that
okay.
wouldn't happen with a juvenile diabetic because a juvenile diabetic don't have any insulin that works, right?
Mm,
Millie and myself, we all had insulin that works at one time. Our body had become insensitive to the insulin that we have. So the insulin is there and about, and the reason why you have to take medication is in order to assist the process.
mm.
So don't get confused.
All right.
Yeah. Well,
Mm,
the thing is that I was put on zero point 0.5 milligrams, and
Hmm.
then it went down after my complication. It went down to 0.25. Last
Hmm.
week Saturday, I stopped taking it, and because it, I mean, I get the opposite. I think diarrhea like crazy, especially after I take it after.
Well,
And
well, Millie, there's no gain without pain. So the diarrhea is something you probably have to stop if you want to give the benefits. And
well,
I hope you stopped it in conjunction with your doctors and you didn't just do it on your own.
mm. No, they put me on. I didn't even ask to go on it, but that's what they put
Mm.
me on, and I'm a diabetic for about 50 years plus now. I never had
Yeah.
problems. My last A1C, which was a month ago, was 8.
Hmm.
And um, my sugar, which people that in the States have from the
and
doctor now, I'm
You're
forgetting it.
broken up.
Isn't too good.
Mm.
I had conference with them. They
Millie,
did as well.
get closer to the base of your thing. Your phone is breaking up like.
Well, what's happening is that I start to getting I still take my regular do my regular way of doing taking my sugar, and they never that and the monitor doesn't agree every time. Most when I say agree, they always differ, and I do that every day. The sugar goes up. I started by going up high, 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 where I never had um,
Hmm.
blood sugar over 200 yet for this 50 years. It
Are you
went up.
taking insulin, Millie?
Ah,
Are you taking insulin?
yes.
So,
They had
so you may have something. Like I said, I'm not a diabetologist. You may have a condition called what you call smoggy, and when you give insulin, rather than the sugar come down, it goes up. I think you need to have a discussion with the doctors about that, and you might need to change your insulin regime or change to something else. So it may not be. But do you get out to do any exercise, Millie? Because staying around in the house and not exercising
no,
doesn't
no.
help.
I have a
You
therapist. I
know,
have a therapist. But
No,
very
that
much
he asked if you have a therapist. He asked if
a
you get out the house
therapist.
to exercise.
physical therapist.
He
Physical
didn't
Do
ask
you
if you
get
have a
out of the
physical
house to go
therapist. Do
and
you
walk? A
get
physical
out of
therapist
the
in the
house?
house?
I do have to walk. I'm disabled, but I still do my walking, and I do it on my own too. Because I've been
Yeah.
doing that for donkeys
And
years.
how far do you walk?
Well, just
To the kitchen.
Carl, I live just from
You,
my.
you need you need to do at least 4 miles a day. Any sort of
I
walk to
can't.
be effective need to be
I have
minimum 4 miles. Four
my little.
miles, 4 miles is 2 miles going, 2 miles come, and 2 miles is not very long to be honest.
Yeah, I don't.
Right? I suspect in the climate in St. Vincent nobody wants to go walking anyway because
No,
something
no,
extreme
no.
might hit them.
Doctor, my
Um,
foot is no good. I'm disabled.
right.
Okay.
But what about having an exercise bike in the house though?
No, I don't have one.
Yeah, you could get an exercise bike,
Anyhow,
and 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 pedal for half an hour,
no
right?
matter
Or
what.
go swimming
Why
for half
did
an hour.
the sugar went go up high, drop down low, but now it's like it's almost high every. And I still took myself off the thing. I'm
Mhm.
waiting at my eye. Right now, I can scarcely read.
So
So
you may be developing
I saw my eye
insulin
doctor.
resistance, Millie. You
Uh-huh.
might be having something what called insulin resistance, and in fact, there is a condition where you could actually develop antibodies to your insulin. So that is something I think you need to have a discussion with your doctors about.
Yeah, well, yeah, my endocrinologist. I have an endocrinologist here now, one up there, and then
Mhm.
now last week my eye, especially my left eye, that one I had laser surgery on both of them. But this one was doing well. But this one decide now that I'm not going to let you see. I can't even read as I should.
Yeah,
But
but that's because your blood glucose is uncontrolled, and you're probably
yeah,
developing something called diabetic retinopathy. So diabetic retinopathy is a condition
I
where,
have retinopathy. I'm bleeding because I saw my doctor here.
well,
She's extra good. I'm waiting to see what
yeah.
they haven't
But you
got it.
might not be able to solve that, Millie, because, and you probably have to accept the fate that you'll probably lose your sight eventually. Because when you have retinopathy and you bleed, then you develop scarring, and when it's scarring, then and that's where the whole area where vision becomes compromised.
And
So I
one
think
thing
that's what yeah.
from scars from the surgery I had in them couple
And they
times.
also develop scars from your laser.
Uh-huh. Wow.
Yeah.
Because now so I'm waiting because the doctor down here can do whatever she wants to do here, but I'm
Mm.
waiting for her to get back hearing from those in the states to see if I
Mm.
should come or not. If
So we have laser in St. Vincent, and a laser isn't that expensive, and training to use laser for the eyes.
I'm not looking at money
Yeah.
now. I mean, makeup I have coverage, but if not, you know. And another thing, I even had urine. My urine is clear.
You're breaking up, and I hear you even had what?
I even had my urine done.
Uh-huh.
I had she did tests for urine and everything, and I had a whole lot of tests, and they're okay. more or less.
Yeah, fine. So you probably become insulin resistant
Uh-huh.
and not responding to your insulin. Probably
I
develop antibodies to your insulin, which you can. So that's another condition. Or you're having something called smoggy. No, you're taking me back to medicine, which I haven't done in ages. And I just promise these guys that I'll go and read up on this topic and come back and so forth. So I'm not the most tutored and schooled persons on this topic to advise you properly. So I suggest you speak to your endocrinologist about that.
Yeah, well, that's the next thing. If I don't fly out, I'm just waiting. I will not on Monday whether I have to go up or whether they can treat me down here.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, thank you
Okay.
very much.
Enjoy Saturday.
I learned a lot.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Alwyn, what about those parents? What advice, especially with juvenile diabetes, as early as they detected? What are some of the stresses and strains that are put on parents relative to helping their child manage that particular disease?
Well, that's why I was mentioning the whole concept of education, right? And if you don't understand the diabetes how it works, you'd probably not fall into line and so forth. And you have to start to look at your child for signs of different things. You should be able to tell when your children become like the blood glucose go too low, for instance, because they would be having a conversation with you and suddenly they can't they're not telling you the right things and they're saying foolish things, etc. and so forth. The language become disjointed and non-communicable. So I think those are the things. So I think that's one. Second is probably the expenses, because insulin is not cheap. Yes. So what assistance they could get from governments or relatives abroad, etc. and so forth, so that they could maintain the therapy and so forth. Don't pamper the kids and treat them as if, well, they can't do things, but they can. So their role is to make sure that the child has as normal a life as possible, right? And not a restricted life as they would like to have them. Or the children prefer to say, well, I have diabetes, I can't come out to play. Go out and play, go and play football, go and play netball, and so forth. Make sure that you're active up and about, and so forth. It should not stop you.
No, you understand, gentlemen. This goes back to what I was saying. And Odd, I'm hoping that you're listening. Not because we have political problems that we are going to sit and stare and only consider the political problems and forget what else we can do.
So one of the areas I think our governments could help in this, in that we tend to be a lot of doctor focus right now. So let me go back to the adult system. So I go to a diabetic clinic, as the doctor in the diabetic clinic. But when I go to that diabetic clinic, the only thing I manage for the pregnant woman is a pregnancy. Her diabetes is completely managed by nurses, specialist nurses. And I'm telling you, they are crackingly good at it. And when I was in St. Vincent, when we didn't have all of this and so forth, when I was being trained, I could manage a diabetic woman who was pregnant. And today I can't do it because I've not done it for so long, and things have changed so much that I wouldn't even attempt to try and manage a pregnant diabetic woman. Her diabetes, that is. Her pregnancy I could manage quite reasonably well, you know, but the diabetes part, I always have to defer to the diabetic midwife and say, well, such and such is going on, what do we do next, etc., etc. But circumstances change. I suppose if I come back to St. Vincent and I don't have a diabetic nurse, I'll have to get back into the system where I could manage it myself.
And walking, and then you would understand the challenges of walking 4 hours, 4 miles per day. But that's another story.
It's just 2 miles going, 2 miles called Carlisle. That is you walking down to town from Nice Radio and walking back up.
You make that sound easy. I'm 63 years old and I ain't trying to play young here.
But when I come to St. Vincent, I walk down.
Walking
Ask
down is not a
Dougie.
problem.
I
Walking down
walk down and walk back up. Ask Dougie how many times you meet me passing on the road, walking, coming back up.
Well, you have passed me too, but I can tell you walking up is not
Yeah, and I'm older than you. So you said you're 63, I wouldn't give a my age.
especially in the midday sun.
Well, I want to stress
Right?
that Michael Johnson, the former record holder for the 400 meters, was a juvenile diabetic. And and I'm saying so I want to stress that because I really wanted Alwyn to stress on that point, because a lot of the juvenile diabetes I know in St. Vincent are big bone people. so to speak. That's how they present themselves, as if their parents are saying, "Here, you can't do this, you can't do that." So I just want to reinforce that particular point. You can live a normal life. You can be a great athlete. There's nothing to prevent you from achieving all the goals that you have in life, all the goals that you aspire to. Juvenile diabetes should not be a preventative factor. Actually, as a matter of fact, as I said, parents need to recognize this. You can pamper the children, and I like how Alvin stressed that. You need to allow them to live as normal as possible.
Let me take this time out to congratulate the young man again. The particular young man that whose father asked me to do this program. I saw him, and it was night and day compared to what he was looking at, what I saw him, how I saw him the first time, and how I saw him last time I saw him. He was kind of almost asleep, distraught, kind of like out of it. But the last time I saw him, he was big up and bright, eyes bright and bushy tail, and came and gave me a fist bump, the whole nine. But we have somebody on the line. Good afternoon, your life.
Good afternoon to you, Carlisle.
Hey, good afternoon.
And to your panelists, the people there with you.
Yes, Dr.
I
Acton.
just wanted to off your track a bit. But I would just like to apologize to my party, the New Democrat. That's the party that I think should country after the next general elections. Anything that may have appeared on Facebook as trying to associate me to, I'd just like to say that the enemy is a liar, the devil is a liar, and I have as the leader of as the representative for the Southern Grenadines, I change my clothes, so I don't change my mind, and I'm not a flip-flop. I don't flop from one side to the other. If I believe your principles and what you stand for is true, I will go along with it. If I think certain things that you're doing is not right for the country, I will not go along with that. To say, so whatever is being circulated, we have no alliance to any other party but to the National New Democratic Party.
All right, and you want to identify yourself, suppose?
My name is Sonia Israel.
All right, thank you, Sonia. All right, take care. All right, boy. Odd, I heard that you mentioned last week that you're a saxophone player, and last night, for the first time, I hosted karaoke at Smile and Chill. Now, Smile and Chill is located in Beachmount, and I've been to Smile and Chill during the week, especially right after school, and there's quite a bit of grammar school and high school students, secondary school students that come to that facility, sit down, have a coke with friends or whatever, and socialize.
No.
And
My brothers normally go there too. I thought you were going to mention them.
yeah, well, I haven't seen any of your brothers there, but I can tell you, last night, and I tell you, I believe God is guiding me. God is guiding me in ways that I never imagined. Now, myself, Ian God, Willis Williams, and Colin King had a band in school.
Grammar school band, yeah, I remember that.
Grammar school band called New Direction. And one of the challenges that we would have had was, where can we practice with real instruments? We would even travel to Layou to practice on Asterix instruments, so we can get a real feel, get out of the box guitar and the acoustic piano realm, and get into the matters of playing with real instruments. I mean, take for instance a bass compared to playing bass on an acoustic guitar is physically night and day. And I was glad for that experience, and because of that, and a mandate that I've taken on, which I call R.E. Douglas Foundation for the Arts. My father was a photographer, and a lot of his attributes I have accepted in Ctview Multimedia. to begin with the end in mind. I would like to Dr. Leacock, getting a horn from your thing. Yeah. I would like to.
Let me mute my phone.
Yes. I would like to set up a facility there. I've been speaking to the owners there. They're customers now for, I think we're going into the third month, and set up a facility there where positive energy can be extolled amongst our youth, with regards to their personal interests. I mean, members of Climax, members of Plumie and the Polyphonics Revolution or whatever, would tell you that if I ever pass by, where they were rehearsing, I would be present. I would, present, please. And is that deep appreciation and passion for the arts that I would like to see happening with that. It's not only musicians that I've spoken to. I've spoken to videographic artists where in that, they're willing to work with the right people, and it's something that I see can start right there. I mean, the fact that it's right in the proximity. At first, I was thinking of, doing it in Layu because my dad is from Layu, and the Layu, Learning Resource Center, it's pretty much, unoccupied, for activities with regards to matters with the youth. But I know that might have more challenges than what presents itself. And like I said, this is something, so being that you play the saxophone, I would like for you to come by and first show me how to make sound out of the saxophone. Like I said, we've been gifted some equipment, and we've been gifted guitar or bass and
what saxophone you have?
It's not a baritone. It's a alto. It's an alto sax, I think.
That should be easy to play.
It's alto sax, but I know easy to play is one thing. But I put the thing in my mouth, and all I'm getting is air. It's just the same air I push in is what I can. Even when I try
Can't
to
stop. Just like the guitar, when you first started playing the guitar, I suspect you're making a lot of wrong notes.
Well, I ain't make no note at all. All come out this air, So
But that's a great idea, Carl.
And let me appeal to parents. We would like I would like to think that we could attract children from say 11 to 15, 11 to 16, who have interests, in the arts, to contact. We can make criteria that they have to be, certain. They have to have, we can transfer the energy, including academics, with it, saying, well, okay, if you want to be a part of this program, that you have to be, academically, trying at least, but
why don't you try to source a school instead of using that particular venue that you're just...
I tried to like I said, I thought about the thing. And another thing about it is that I would already have equipment there.
So you have storage there already? Okay.
Yes, I would not quite, but there's facilities where I can have storage. I went there last night for the first time and saw what can be done. And so there are ways and means where where we can actually extol. Because especially with today, a lot of this, especially all software. There's software that when I first got into this game, that would cost $2,000 to purchase. There's still software that you have to spend $700 and something a year, but then there's software that's free.
That's right.
That's all they want. All they want is your cookies.
Yep.
And cookies is not always a bad thing. All they want to know, all they want to see is where else you're going, so that they can target other persons, other advertisers to what you purchase. And I don't know. I name Kiala. I ain't got no secrets.
And what is good about all of this, Carla, is that if I can put in a plug, Bassi Alexander and a group normally play for the Thompsons home every Saturday. Once I'm home, I join them. And they have been doing that work, as I said, for more than probably 20 years.
Wow.
So I would like to commend Bassi, even though I'd like to big him up this morning. Probably he's right there this morning at the Thompson home, playing his quattro, his harmonica, and beating the drums with his foot. I mean, as I said, he and his group, they continue to minister to those ladies and gentlemen at the Thompson's home every Saturday from 11 to 12 o'clock. So let me just thank them very much, because I think they're doing a tremendous job.
And I could tell you, those there were several they were gated communities that were tailored to the elderly. There was one particular one in Jupiter that somewhere in my archives I have a picture of my vehicle, which I called I used to call it the Heat Mobile, because the name of the band was the Heat Seekers, and was parked next to the Oscar Mayer Wiener Mobile. I would always have opportunities in retired communities in retired communities, and that was a big fed in my cap. I remember the first time I went there, I was front page on the newspaper. They had a newspaper that they circulated in their in their community. So it's things like that. It's things like that. Things like that. The joys of that, and not to mention the young man who did the Ctview tribute, the one who inspired me to start doing a psalm a day. He is here, and since he's been here, I can't remember where the company was, but somebody sent him movie clips that he had to edit and do his thing, and it's finished. He was scheduled to go back the end of January. No, he said he's going to stay here for a while. He's probably not going to leave until June, because his vacation is over. He's getting work. He's already started working. Now this is a young man that I have. Like you talk about him, my eyebrows fly up, because one of the things that he does was he would send me pictures from all over the world. People sending him for sending for him from all over the world, and sometimes the countries I never knew existed. That I would get pictures from. With him horseback riding or whatever, on what you call it, that tightrope thing that we're proposing to have here for sightseeing. There's always different things, in the Middle East and in Japan, in China, whatever, based on him being the best that he can do. Now, I think a lot of ways our energies and efforts could be sometimes misguided, wherein that people would look at you as an artist or a musician and say, well, yeah, you can do that on the weekend, but you need something to do to make a living.
Yeah, we still negate these possibilities here in St. Vincent and Grenadines.
That is what I would like to tackle. Somebody's on the line. Nice radio. Good afternoon. You're live.
Good afternoon, Caroline.
Hey, good afternoon.
Okay. This is the gentleman who inspired to do the juvenile diabetes session.
Oh, hey, how's it going? Yes.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yep. Meet the panel, meet Dr. Lee Carcard, Valentine, and yes.
I say hello to all of them as well.
Mm-hmm. And like I tell you, I was genuinely impressed with I think it was at Trotman's I met you guys. And
Yes,
you
yes,
know,
yes, yes.
there's night and day compared to when I saw him the first time. You
It
know,
was.
he stepped up
Yeah,
as you know.
he did much better,
Hmm.
much better. But something I want to ask Dr. Leacock
Hmm.
is that the Libre is not is it is not available in St. Vincent because that's one thing that he's using as a patch on his hand. So notice it's not in St. Vincent. Is it trying to find out if it's possible that those kind of things can be here, that people here locally can access them, and rather than getting somebody from foreign to do that for you here? That's a
But
question.
so I think you probably have to speak to the the drug reps in St. Vincent. I know in my day there's a guy Mackey, he was brilliant. I don't know who he worked with and so forth. It's something I could ask wrong about. But we are right on the doorstep of New York. I don't see why Libra shouldn't be available in St. Vincent. I think it's Glasgow, sorry, Smith Klein that does them and so forth. And they're not far from you. They're on your doorstep, basically. So you should be able to access Libra.
So
And so forth.
explain to myself and the listening audience what does Libra do?
So Libra is a little disc, yeah, but it has a wireless sensor in it. And it goes into the arm. So it's a needle, it actually goes into and it stays in the arm. So you'll see these people walking around and they have a little disc like it's stuck into the arm.
Okay.
And what it does capillary glucose. And it sends that information to your phone,
Okay.
right? So it will tell you, it will give you if you want to check it, go and check and see what your blood glucose level is. And you can use that to either reduce your insulin, up your insulin, etc. and so forth.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it's a monitoring system, a kind of yeah.
Yes, it's a glucose. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's
Good.
it's
Hmm.
it's continuous glucose monitoring. That's called.
All right.
Yeah.
Any other questions, Carla?
No, that's basically it because I mean a lot of people here that has it that
Hmm.
has the problem and that the Libra is not available in our country. So I'm
Yeah.
just wondering if what's the situation with that here.
Yeah, yeah, well, hopefully the powers that be can
Yeah. I
listen
I
and address it.
I I don't think it's that expensive, but bear in mind I'm looking out of the lens of pound sterling, um, as opposed to Eastern Caribbean dollars. So, but I don't think it is that expensive. But it makes your life easier, so much easier, and it gives you a level of
It is.
normalcy,
It does. It does.
which is what people
Does.
need.
Anyway, I'm listening. Thanks very much. I appreciate that very much.
All right, man.
All
Thanks.
right,
Yeah.
and
All right.
Yeah,
thank you
man.
very much.
All right, take care, take care, take care. You see, oh boy, moments like these, because I'm sure there are millions of other parents. Because from what I understand, juvenile diabetes is a big thing in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I'm sure there's a lot of parents that can benefit from that conversation, from our exposure, our explaining of our explanations of these. Um, okay, this thing is stuck. All right, yeah, okay. Um, boy, it's 1:39, but like yeah.
Carmen, while you're on it, there's something I wanted to speak about for quite a
Mm,
while, and it's just a comment basically.
all
Yeah.
right. And hopefully it's not
Um,
a long one, but because we run out of time. Yeah, go ahead.
but it won't take long. It was the announcement about that heart attack is the number one killer in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And I was really, really appalled about the minister presenting that in such a cavalier manner. Yeah, because that is such a broad area and there's so many things that could cause heart attacks and so forth. And, and that needed breaking down into so many different divisions. Heart attack as a result of what? Congestive cardiac failure. Is it because you had a myocardial infarction? Is it because you had a pulmonary embolus that lead to cardiac failure and so forth? So I think our Minister of Health needs to come back and give people a greater dissection, right? Break down the reasons why that so many people dying of heart attacks and the age group that are affected. We can't be doing that in this modern day and age. Just come up and make a statement just like that. Heart
Right.
attack is the number one kill. I think we need the people. in this age of technology and advice and information are owed better explanations
All
and
right.
so forth.
Well,
So,
remember, he too might be a victim of being in the being in what I call it again?
ignorant,
The
being
circle of
ignorant.
influence. His circle
No,
of
for being
influence might be
ignorant of what he's talking about. A minister of health should definitely be somebody in the medical profession. I don't
uh, let,
understand how you can have a minister of health.
let's be nice. I think that no, I think he was a Reese man. I don't think he's a dopey man like
I
you.
don't care what kind of man he is. I'm just saying, you're talking about a particular. If you are the minister, get the professional to talk about that. Why are you addressing those issues?
All right. Well. We really have the time, gentlemen. If you could take a minute and wrap up. I can't take no more calls. Lord of mercy, boy. Let's see who's that. Anyways, they're gonna make nasty. Trust me. Nice radio. Good afternoon. You're live.
Hi, Carla. Good afternoon.
Hey, good
Can I
afternoon.
please speak to Dr. Likat just for a sec?
For a sec. Go ahead.
Hi, Dr. Likat. I know I was just listening to this program. Your info is so important. Could you please tell me is there a special place to take that is best to take insulin? Please, I'll listen off it. And your body. Thanks.
All right. Dr. Liga?
The answer to that is where on your body you think it's most comfortable, right?
Okay.
The most famous people use are their thighs, right? And so, but you could use your tummy as well,
My
right?
grandmother used to get
The-
her arm, like
yeah.
right below the what you call it, the shoulder blade, right below the shoulder, with the shoulder fat
Mhm.
kind of like folds over, right?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So you could use your arms, your abdomen, your left and right. But what you need to do is to alternate it. Don't put it in the same place every day.
Mhm.
You know. And yeah, so if you want to draw a picture of it, if you want to take a full circle, if you start on the left, then you go over to the right, then you go right down to the on the right side, go across the left and go around. So make a circle and so forth.
I hear
But
you.
you know. But
Alrighty.
that is a very tricky question. It's like, again, some people would ask you, what's the
But
best position somebody should be in if you want to have a baby? Yeah,
mm-hmm.
because when you're having a baby, you're in pain, right? And the
Okay.
answer to that is simply is the position in which you're most comfortable in.
All
So
right.
if you're in labor and you want to stand on your head because you're most comfortable, by all means, stand on your head. I'm just being ridiculous, yeah, but that would be the answer to that.
All right. Doug is saying that we are going a little long, and I can't call anymore today. Blessings. Have a nice weekend. Alrighty. Our Valentine, your wrap up, please.
Carl, I just want to re-emphasize the whole issue with regards to taking back our country, according to the Calypsonian. We definitely need to ensure that our views are upheld by the politicians. Our opinions are what matter when we are voting in whomever is representing us from our constituency. We need to ensure that we are heard. Not only we are heard at a particular point in our history, but we are heard for a long, long time. And if we can possibly put what we are suggesting into law, like what is happening with this matter where police cannot be brought up, a private matter cannot be brought against the police. We need to ensure that these things are repealed. That's one matter that I will definitely fight and trump as long as I have read on this particular program. That matter needs to be repealed. Police can't have this simply carte blanche approach towards life. You can shoot me, and I can just depend on your integrity to recognize that you're shooting me because of you're defending a particular situation. If you shoot me, I should be able to appeal that particular position and let it be heard at a national level to determine whether or not I have compensation to get from you. And you have to be held accountable for your actions.
All right. Yes, boy. Every Saturday we say the impossible is for the unwilling. Because until my last breath, I will give thanks unto the Lord in thought, word, and deed, no matter my circumstances. In times of joy, in times of peace, in times of war, in times of trouble. Because with prayer comes faith, with faith comes confidence, with confidence comes action, action with perseverance and strength, We try our best to try our best, and asking Jesus to help with the rest. And I later added, we need to let go and let God. Today's broadcast was brought to you with the kind compliments of The Art of Soca Music, a book written by a book written on the works of Mr. Frankie McIntosh is available on Amazon, and there's more details where that is concerned. All right. Also brought to you with the kind compliments of CMCL Allied Security, celebrating 45 years in of business here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Allied Security has reached out to yours truly to coordinate with the newspapers to organize tributes. There's an article that I am working on to write for them to, examine the history of the company and what's not. And with that comes, advertising of persons congratulating them for years of business. For further information on that, you can contact me, 491-9140. One information is already with one newspaper, but there's supposed to be two, so I don't want to give out the newspaper numbers right now. So you can contact me if you're interested in supporting local business that can survive in St. Vincent, survive and thrive in St. Vincent and Grenadines for 45 years. Today's program is also brought to you with the kind compliments of Foster's Creations, a young man, a young tailor, a young designer that's located in the Leeward Bus Terminal. You check him out, 526-9711. Foster does great work with alterations, with, I see him building, school blazers and what's not and what have you, designer clothes in African art, very creative young man. Not only that, he says that usually he takes on apprentices that is sometimes supported by the Ministry of Education, finding young tailors, young wannabe tailors to work along with him. Hats off to you, Mr. Foster's Creations. Also, Smart brought to you with the kind compliments of Smile and Chill. Smile and Chill, it's a restaurant in I nearly said Jensen Beach, in Beach Mount. In Beach Mount, that is where you will find yours truly tonight. Karaoke. We had karaoke there last night. Decent turnout, for something that we're since yours truly is being a part of it. Also, brought to you with the kind compliments of Sue's Bits and Bites. Sue's Bits and Bites, located in Upper Middle Street in the vicinity of Jennifer Cheverton Wholesale, in the vicinity of Cash Whiz. For further information, 496-7904. Check them out for your roti, for your pizza, for your full lunches, including chicken lunch, fish lunch, mutton, beef, pork, and more. Sue's Bits and Bites. Also brought to you with the kind compliments of the beauty shop located in Middle Street, opposite Third World. We do everything about here. We do it. You name it, we do it. The fixing of locks, interlocking locks, knotless braids, hair maintenance, healthy locks cut, and braiding, dry curl, jerry curl, textured curl, men and women here. We cut hair, relax, and so much more. Also carry makeup and body care, body cream, and hair products, necklaces and earrings. All about bringing the inner beauty on the outside. The Beauty Shop, 529-8065 is the number to call. Also brought to you with the kind compliments of Express Data Systems. Express Data System located at Lower Kingston Park in the vicinity of the Guide's Hut next to Miss Ferdy's shop. HP i5 computers with 8 gigs of RAM and 500 gig hard drive. And this computer is upgradable. You could upgrade the RAM, you could upgrade the size of the hard drive. And but for more information, 456-1128. This computer, as stated, is only $595. And to me, it's the ultimate education edition, as opposed to putting your child on a laptop. That way they can go any which way. You put a desktop computer, in high visibility, and you can keep the temptations away from what your children might want to do in secret if they can go in a corner using the laptop and whatever and what have you. Express data systems. Also brought to you with the kind compliments. Flick Pest Control. Remember, one flick and they're gone. 457-1857 is the number to call. You got ants in your sugar pan, woodlice in your pocket, give Flick a call. Time check also brought to you with the kind compliments of Jennifer Sheraton Wholesale. Jennifer Sheraton Wholesale with deliveries Wednesdays and Saturdays on the Leeward side, Tuesdays and Thursdays on the Windward. Also, Jennifer Sheraton mattresses and pillows, foam for your Morris chair, and more. Check out Jennifer Sheraton for your can Coca-Cola and Sprite. No, there's something about having these drinks in cans that get, when they use cans, it gets colder faster in your refrigerator, and therefore it cuts your cost of cooling these drinks for your customers. For further information, 456-2814 is the number to call Jennifer Sheraton Wholesale. Check out Jennifer Sheraton Wholesale also for Mountain Dew, for pear tracks, for Solo, for potatoes and onions, and more. And don't forget, we deliver Wednesdays and Saturdays on the Leeward side, Tuesdays and Thursdays on the Windward side. Also brought to you with the kind compliments of Jamar General. Says that you're building or renovating, you should consider UPVC windows available at Jamar General. UPVC windows are built, tried, and tested for a tropical climate with the following strong points. One, they won't leak. Two, they are sea blast resistant, they won't rust. Three, with 5 millimeter tempered glass, they are shatter resistant. Four, they're double sided, accessible, and easy to clean. Five, insect mesh available on both sides. Six, all replacement parts are available locally available at Jamar General Services, Lower Middle Street, Kingstown, 457-2725. Also contact Jamar General for your PVC pipe and your PVC pipe accessories. Also check them out for your building electrical needs. As a matter of fact, with proof of purchase of matching quality products, we will match your price and give you a further 5% off. This is how we say best prices guaranteed. Jamar General. Also brought to you with the kind compliments of CNR Enterprises. CNR Enterprises, located second floor of the CNR building. Check them out for stationery and office supplies, speaker parts and accessories. Check them out for cereals, industrial size condiments, and more. Check them out. Check them out for small electronics. Second floor, CNR building. 532-9372 is the number to call. Check them out also for your General Mills cereals in the huge packs. The huge packs of cereals like you would see at Sam's Club or BJ's Wholesale. Check them out also for orthopedically manufactured mattresses that we make your back problem crack your neck just thinking about it. CNR Enterprises, 532-9372 is the number to call. Time check also brought to you with the kind compliments of Nai's International Logistics, Shipping, Packaging, and Moving. Nai's International, located in Brooklyn. The number in Brooklyn is 347-500-9142. Boston, 617-594-2283. Or right here in SDG, 784-455-5600. When you can't wait on the barrel, when you need it now, give Nai's a call. Yeah. Nai's, help me out. I mean, I needed a part for the Saturn. Part for the Saturn is here, and we await. We await for the miracles of God. My name is Carlisle Douglas. Present time in Civil and Grenadines is 1:55. I gonna play the recorded commercials and make my way off of this chair and get on out of here a little bit later on this evening. You can find me at Smile and Chill with on the karaoke tip. They already caught. Boy, yesterday I went down there in boy, you should have seen me. I was dressed for Valentine's Day. A burgundy suit and a pink shirt. And I carried one of the guitars there, and was that I was overdressed, but I mean, it's better overdressed than underdressed. But tonight, yes. Second edition. Don't forget, this will only get better with time. A lot of the things that we have conceptualized is not quite in place yet, but that is the plan. That is the plan. Because as usual, Ctview Multimedia is when you do well, we look good. When you do well, we feel good. In the meantime, between time, don't forget, the Lord is your shepherd. Get on your knees and pray.
It will help you develop spiritually. Prayer is necessary whether you believe it or not. When everything else fails, prayer is all we got. So people, get on your knees, I'm begging you please. Get on your knees and pray. Get on your knees, I'm begging you please. Pray that he will continue to show us mercy. Pray that the light of his countenance shine on we. Pray for forgiveness because we all have.
When all is said and done, Jennifer Shiverton's Wholesale remains the one to be reckoned with. It's the place for the best in mattresses in all sizes, upholstery foam for your cushions and seats in all sizes, all types of pillows, toilet tissue, a long range of soft drinks including Fruta, Buster, Orchard, canned and bottled Coca-Cola and Sprite, and a Trini fresh orange juice, plus the very best saltfish on the market, all priced to meet your pocket. It's located opposite Greenfinger at Upper Middle Street in Kingstown and opens Mondays to Saturdays, 7:30 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. It's the place where quality matters and the price on your side. Jennifer Shiverton's Wholesale. Call 456-2814. That's 456-2814.
Oh yes, I forgot to mention. Well, one of the things that we're gonna need donated, if anybody have a drum set or would like to donate a drum set, that is something that would be highly appreciated to take this matter from concept to reality. Once again, now you hear me, and now you don't.
Welcome to Subway, where you can always have it your way. My name is Stacy. What can I make for you?
Hey, Stacy. I'll have a chicken teriyaki salad. All veggies, please. And for my daughter, Naomi, if